Mamacita, vámonos de fiesta. Y ahora en mi corazón tú estás y ya no quiero a nadie más. Contigo me quiero pasarla. Mamacita, vámonos de fiesta. Desde que te vi buscaba una así. Desde que te vi buscaba una así. Y por fin te conseguí. Que te vi, yo me enloquecí. Buscaba una así y por fin te conseguí. Desde que te vi, yo me enloquecí. Buscaba una así y por fin te conseguí. Y ahora en mi corazón tú estás y ya no quiero a nadie más. Contigo me quiero pasarla. Mamacita, vámonos de fiesta. Y ahora en mi corazón tú estás y ya no quiero a nadie más. Contigo bien quiero pasarla. Mamacita, vámonos de fiesta. Desde que te vi buscaba una así. Desde que te vi buscaba una así. Y por fin te conseguí.
Ya vi que estás aquí, tan cerquita de mí, y me hacía falta, porque la última vez que vine tú no estabas, baby. Oh, vamos a tomar toda la noche, mujer, te invito a bailar hasta el amanecer. Tú quieres jugar y no quieres perder, vamos a bailar, quiero verte mover lento, hasta que el dance solo junte nuestros cuerpos. Lento, yeah. Vamos a tomar toda la noche, mujer, te invito a bailar hasta el amanecer. Tú quieres tan cerquita de mí y me hacía falta, porque la última vez que vine tú no estabas, baby. Dime qué quieres, sin reproche, que solo te lado de ese broche. Vamos al oscuro, hasta las 12. Ay, sí que tú me conoces. Suavecito vamos hasta abajo. Tú tomas tequila, yo voy con refajo. Pasamos bueno, te gusta el relajo. Y de 100 billetes yo cargo un fajo. Vamos a tomar toda la noche, mujer. Te invito a bailar hasta el amanecer. Tú quieres jugar y no quieres perder. Vamos a bailar, quiero verte mover lento, hasta que el sol junte nuestros cuerpos. Muy lento, más tarde vamos en lo.
Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Weekend upcoming. Hello. I mean, I know some of you work on Saturday, etc., but hey. Hi everyone. Let me see who we got. Let me see who we got here. No, Meowzord. I am dressed up because I'm a game show host, okay? I just decided to look a little spiffy for the game show, right? Why not? Why not? Okay. Right? Yeah, I'm trying because we got a nice little game show that's going to happen here in a second. And of course, I will still put on the jester hat, collar, and makeup with this on if necessary. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. I know, right, Lane? I actually, weirdly enough, I like wearing ties and like shirts like this. You all see me like dressed down all the time, but this is how I would go to work every day most of the time. But anyway, okay, so let's see who we got here. I thought I saw most of the people, but at the end there I didn't catch everyone. Let me see who we got. We got all right, who do we have? We have AMA Gaming, first one in the chat. Great job, AMA Gaming. Okay. Doug on the left. Hello, Doug on the left. Angali, hello. Happy Friday to you as well. Louise, hello. Thank you. Yes, I know, right? People seem to like that music I got going at the beginning there. Thank you for the help, AMA Gaming. I did put it in that wrong chat. Hello, Kimberly. Yes, TGIF. TGIF. Let's see here. Demosthenes. Hello, Demosthenes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's not the weekend yet for you, is it, Demosthenes? Laws. Hello, Laws. Laws, I'm just calling you Laws. I hope that's okay, Laws, over there on Twitch. Alan. Hello, Alan. Okay. I saw what you said, Alan, about the Jehovah's Witnesses. Ugh. I will say though, Jehovah's Witnesses were actually targeted by the Nazis, and they were extremely brave. So I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of Jehovah's Witnesses, but they're very brave when they rejected the Nazis. Victoria's here. Hello, Victoria. Mithril, hello, Mithril. Okay, Dally Boy, hey, Dally Boy, Macon. Wow, a lot of folks are coming in. Okay, who else do we got here? I thought I saw Michael. Michael. Hello, Michael. And Meowzord. Okay, guys. All right, so we got our bi-weekly game show. Okay, our bi-weekly Kahoot. And I'm going to put it up now, and you guys can start trying to log in, and I'll do my little spiel. Thank you, Louise. Thank you very much. So let's get into it. I will pull up the screen, and for those who haven't done this before, I'm changing the rules a bit in that it's going to be based on accuracy now. So that means if you take a little bit longer to answer, but you still get it right, then you'll still get all the credit, okay? So it's not necessarily about speed, it's about whether you get the questions right. So this is how you do it, okay? If you haven't done it before, if you haven't played with us before, at the top here, there's a link. It says right here, www.kahoot.it. You go to that site, and then you put in this game pin right here, okay? And it'll log you in. There, we got Alan up. And if you don't want to play, you don't have to. You can just watch along, okay? So, also, how many folks do we have over on Twitch? I just want to make sure. So, for those who were here yesterday, I'm trying to get monetized on Twitch. So I need like an average of like 5 or 6 people on there daily for 4 days. So you don't have to go over there, but anyone who is willing and able to, I would appreciate it. But again, you can stay on YouTube chat too. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. I think we probably have enough over there right now to begin with. But okay, we got Dave Harmonica, Myth. Okay. Victoria, Lee Lane, fantastic. Meow. Okay. I'll give a couple more minutes here, see if anyone else wants to join. Now, you're going to see here, there are some questions in here that are sort of more related to our community than to. Thank you, Cycling Boy, which I am assuming is Dolly Boy. Okay, who else we got here? Kimberly. We got Kimberly. Fantastic. Okay. I'll give a couple more minutes. Couple more, and we'll see if anyone else joins. Also, if we get, okay, I'm glad I assumed correctly there. If we, by the way, if we get one super chat, or, oh, you can't see it. So it is www. Here, I'll actually put it in chat. That'd make it easier. So I'm putting it in chat, folks. Paste. Okay, so I just posted it. If you go to that link, you'll be able to play it. So if we get one super chat or 200 bits over on Twitch, I will put on the Jester hat. If we get 3, either combination or of super chats or bits, then I will put on the Jester collar. If we get 5, I'll put on the Jester makeup. And if I get, oh, people are disappearing. No, people are disappearing. Okay. If we get 10, I will put on the makeup. Okay. Oh no, folks, some people disappeared. Make sure you're still up there. So we only got 5 right now. You need a game pin? I got you, Louise, right here. Yeah, I'll post. It's right here at the top. I will post it in the chat here. Oh, actually, you know what? This is just here. This will work too. If you just go to this link, you won't have to put in the game pin. All right, thank you. I just realized I could just post the link. So if you just click that link, it should go right to it. You won't even have to put in a pin. The one I just oh, wait, you know what? I only posted it in. I'll post it in the Twitch link too. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Excellent, excellent. That disappeared. Okay. All right. So. Okay, a couple minutes here. There we go. There we go. Laws is here. Fantastic. So, Kimberly, basically what's going to happen is on whatever device you're using, whatever device you are attached to Twitch with, or I'm sorry, to Kahoot with, you will, it's like trivia. So you will answer the question that pops up on the screen, on my screen or on your individual screen. Hello, Drizella. And you will have 30 seconds to answer each question. It is if you get the answer correct, you get full points. Okay, it's not a speed thing, so it's if you take a little bit to answer, that's okay. All right, guys. All right, one more minute. Pizza. Okay, one more minute here, and the winner gets the honorary title. Okay, thank you, Oz. Okay, fair. Okay, I'll put on the hat. Thank you very much, Oz. I mean, because I look too serious with this. Suit on, this shirt and tie. All right. There we go. This is better, much better. Okay. So Kimberly, it'll be trivia about what we've been talking about the last 2 weeks. And there'll be some questions about some of you. Okay. There we go. Okay. There will be some questions about some of you here in chat right now. Okay. So we'll have to see how well you know the community and how well you know what we talked about the last 2 weeks, okay? All right, guys. So is everyone in who wants to be in? Right, Kimberly? It's okay. It's okay. John Pork the Third. Okay. Sinelli's here. Hey, Sinelli. Okay. All right. Is everyone ready? Hey, don't worry. The person who wins, the biggest fan of right now is Alan. But Alan might lose that title today. We'll see. Okay. All right. Everyone ready? Okay. Let us begin. Okay. I'm skipping the tutorial. Okay. Everyone ready? Here we go. Matt Saiga. I'm sorry, Matt Saiga. Did you want to play? Forgive me, Matt Saiga. I didn't know you were here. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Question 1. Which of the following is not a feature of hunter-gatherers? And I'll move my face out of the way here. Which of these is not a feature of hunter-gatherers? Let's see who remembers. All right. Which of these is not a feature of hunter-gatherers? We got 5 answers. We got 6. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. All right. 10 seconds. 4 seconds. Yes, excellent. Most of you got it right. The correct answer is lots of group conflict. They have a lot less conflict than we do in civilizations, okay? All right, next question here. Next question, let's see who is taking the lead here. Oh, excellent. Okay, so all these folks got it correct. That means that they are currently tied. And we shall continue. Okay, number 2. This hero is a strong advocate for women, a talented artist, substitute teacher, and a fixture of live stream chats. Let's see if you know which of the members is this one. Okay, this is amongst all of you. Is it AMA Gaming? Is it Macy? Is it Jay Shadow? Or is it Radon? Which of them is a strong advocate for women, a talented artist, a substitute teacher, and a fixture of our live stream chats? I know this is kind of for those who might not know the community as well, this might be more difficult. I guess just take a guess. Okay. Who is it? Yep, you're right, AMA Gaming. Correct, it's Macy. I don't know if Macy's here. Okay, Laws. That's okay, Laws. Savage wildcard, right? Meowzard, the correct answer is Macy. Okay, also called Your Brethren on Discord. I don't know if she's here, but yep, that's her. She's a hero. All right. Okay, we got 6 people who got it correct. Let's continue here. Lee Lane, Alan, Kimberly, Who Am I, Meow, and I Don't Worry. Okay, let's go. This is how the oppressed behave and talk when they're interacting with dominators. This is how the oppressed behave and talk when they're interacting with dominators. Is it the hidden transcript, the public transcript, everyday resistance, or pilfering? Ooh, which is it? That's okay, Fox Emblem. Oh, yes. Most of you got it wrong. Okay, so if you are interacting with the dominators, it is the public transcript. It's the way you present yourself, right? So 3 of you did get it right. Let's see who did get it right here. Alan, Pizza, and Meow. Great job, Alan, Pizza, and Meowzord. Okay, and Meowzord has a 3 streak with 3 correct answers in a row. Fantastic. Okay, excellent. Next one here. Which of the following is not an example of everyday resistance as described by James C. Scott? So which of these is not an example of everyday resistance that people engage in? Is it violent uprising, pilfering, feigned ignorance, or evasion? Ooh, Ooh, you know, I think we need the music turned up a bit. That's a bit too not loud enough. There we go. Okay. Got 10 answers in. Oh, good. Almost all of you got it right. Violent uprising. He did not mention violent uprising. That's not really an everyday form of resistance, so he didn't mention it. Okay. Here we got here. Oh, we got a lot of folks got that right. Fantastic. Okay, a lot of folks got that right. Um, okay, excellent. You know what? Um, maybe next time we would do the different version because I like seeing who's ahead and such. Yeah, Alan might destroy all of you again. I would not be surprised. Let's continue. This hero is a student and went through a lot of struggle, but overcame it to become our server's foreign affairs expert. This hero is a student and went through a lot of struggle, but overcame it to become our server's foreign affairs expert. No, I don't think we're glitched, Meowgazoo. Can you guys hear me? I don't think so. I think I can still see the chat and stuff. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Okay, excellent. So good. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it did briefly pause. Okay, so the answer here is Alan. Alan. Alan is a student and went through a lot of struggle, but then overcame it to become our server's foreign affairs expert. Okay. Yeah, it's them damn squirrels again. Okay. All right. Uh, okay, so Alan, the correct answer was Alan. Admittedly, though, I have called Tiago a hero before too. But yeah, this one was Alan. Okay. Hey, Vexed, welcome, Vexed. Okay. Let's go to the next one. I'm sorry, Alan. Oh, Alan didn't get it. Ooh, okay. So Doug, Who Am I and I Don't Worry are now in the got I don't well they're not ahead, but they got to that point. They're the only ones. Okay. Next one. Which British general foolishly ignored Washington's advice and marched his doomed army into the woods of Pennsylvania? Which British general foolishly ignored Washington's advice and marched his doomed army into the woods of Pennsylvania? We talked about this. Do you remember talking about the French and Indian War? Okay. Right. Who was it? Yes, most of you got it right. I kind of threw Lord Amherst in there as sort of a throw up because it sounds like a name that would be, but it was Edward Braddock. Braddock's defeat, also called the Battle of the Monongahela. He did not listen to Washington's advice and just marched his army in there, and they were massacred. Yay! I mean, not yay, but you get my point. You get my point. Okay, all right. Okay, we got Lee Lane, Vexed, Pizza, Allen, Mithril, Disappeared, Kimberly Jean, Meow, Zord, Lee Lane, and Vexed. Pizza also got it correct. So did Alan and Mithril and Disappeared and oh wait, it's you know what? It's going back through them. Okay. All right, next one here. This hero works from home in Pennsylvania, studied mathematics despite a bad teacher, and loves his/her children. I actually didn't, Mithril. Who is this? Who in our oh my gosh, I spelled your name wrong there, Louise. I don't know why I called you Louis Hitchinson, but anyway, who is it? Is it Death Died Today? Louise Hitchinson? Real Life Cat DJ or Lee Lane? It is Lee Lane. Did I get that right, Lee Lane? You are Pennsylvania, right? Not New Jersey? Okay, I thought it was that. Okay, yes, Lee Lane. Hey, okay. Did I really? Oh my God. See, this is why just ignore it. Just ignore it. Okay. I know I spelled names wrong and such. Okay. My apologies. All right. So, this correct answer is Lee Lane here. Okay. Our very own Lee Lane. Lee Lane, Pizza, Alan, Doug, Disappeared, Kimberly, Toya, Meowzord, I Don't Worry. Fantastic. Okay. Next one. Which of the following is not a reason the French and Indian War led to the American War of Independence? Which of the following is not a reason that the French and Indian War led to the American War of Independence? Right, Mithril. It's pretty, right? I agree. Oh, you can't see green, Kimberly? Are you colorblind? Did it result in increased taxes on the colonies? Did it make the 13 colonies develop a separate American identity? Did the British Empire lose the war, or was it the Proclamation of 76 angered colonists? Which of these is not a reason? Correct. Okay. I know. Okay, so the British Empire did not lose the war ultimately. They ultimately won the war. So it definitely resulted in increased taxes. It made the 13 colonies develop a separate identity. And the Proclamation of 1763 angered the colonists, okay, because they wanted to take more land from the natives, okay? All right, next one here. Let's see who got it. Or Lee Lane. Alan, again, 3-streak answer correct. Alan, Lee, Pizza, Alan, Mithril, Disappeared, and Kimberly Jean. Was it my mistake? Okay, okay. And Kimberly Jean. All right, I didn't know I was hiding the camera; it was being hidden. Okay, anyway, next question. According to Dunbar, humans can only maintain stable, meaningful relationships with how many people? It's okay if Minika's right. Is it 150? Is it 1,200? Is it 80? Or is it 2? One human being can only maintain meaningful relationships with how many people? I am seeing your answers, by the way, Laws. Meowser. All right. Let's see if we remember this. Correct. It is 150. Now, obviously, I'm sure many of us don't have meaningful relationships with 150 people, but it is that is sort of considered the upper limit of it. All right. Okay. So the correct answer is 150. All right. I got you, Laws. Vexed Pizza, Doug, Disappeared, Toya, Who Am I? Meow, Lee Lane. All right, and Pizza. And Doug. Did I mention them? Yes, I did. Okay, excellent. Next one. Thomas Carlyle popularized which bullshit approach to history? Is it infrapolitics? Is it great man theory? Is it postmodernism, or is it Marxist analysis? Right, Kimberly? You're doing well, though, Kimberly, I will say. Which one of these did Thomas Carlyle popularize? Yep, Laws. Oh, good. You all got it right. Okay, you all got it right because you're all misogynist and you only remember the men. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yes, great man theory. Okay, great man theory. I think all of you got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm not even going to name you because you all got it right. Lee Lane has a streak with 5 correct answers in a row. Amazing, amazing. Okay, all right, let's go on. Okay, which of the following is not a possible explanation for the dancing plague? Which of the following is not one of the things we discussed as a possible explanation for the dancing plague? Is it ergot poisoning, rabies epidemic, mass resistance, or mass psychogenic illness? All right, Laws. Correct. The correct answer here is rabies epidemic. Okay. The 3 we talked about were ergot poisoning, mass resistance, and mass psychogenic illness. Okay. All right. Lee Lane now has 6 correct. Lee, Vexed, Alan, Doug, Mithril, Kimberly, Victoria, Who Am I? Meowzord, all got it correct. I know, it's okay, Laws, really. It's okay. All right. Next one here. This hero is a small business owner, brilliant college student, and the glorious leader of our Discord server. Who is a small business owner, brilliant college student, and the glorious leader, I'm required to say that by law, of our Discord server? Is it London, Alice, Oz, or Vale Antec? Correct, it's London. London. Okay, yep, London is. I don't think London's here, but yep, it's definitely London. All right. Lee Lane, Kimberly has 3 in a row. Vexed Pizza, Alan, Doug, Mithril, Kimberly, Toy, Who Am I? And Meowzord. Fantastic. Okay. Alyssa voted for herself. Is Alyssa even here? I don't think Alyssa's here, is she? Okay. Next one. She launched a rebellion against the British and rode into battle with her infant son strapped to her back. Was it Zenobia? Was it Lady True? Was it Boudica? Or was it Rani of Jhansi? Who was it? Who did this? Who rode into battle with her infant son strapped to her back? Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Yep, Rani of Jhansi. Fantastic. Okay. Great job, everyone. 3 participants now have a 5. We might have a tie at the end here, folks. Maybe next time I will add the timing thing so that the people who respond faster get more points. But for this is great. Okay. All right. True or false? True or false? Historically, in Western civilization, women have occupied invisible roles that are often undocumented. True or false? Okay. Historically, in Western civilization, women have occupied invisible roles that are often undocumented. Good. You all got that one right. True. Okay. We talked about the gender political circle. Okay. Yeah, I think you all got that right. Okay. Great job there. True or false? Humans were healthier in early civilizations than they were as hunter-gatherers. True or false? Humans were healthier in earlier civilizations than they were as hunter-gatherers. Okay. I hope you all like the skeleton picture I put there. Scary, spooky skeletons. Correct. Almost all of you got it right. It is false. Early civilizations actually made humans' health decline. They got shorter, their teeth rotted, and there were much more epidemic disease. Okay. All right. Lee Lane, Vexed Pizza, Meowzord, 3 correct in a row. Mithril, Disappeared, Kimberly, Toy, Who Am I? All right, fantastic. Let us go on. When the French raided Piccawillany, which of Mesmeskia's body parts did they infamously eat? Which of Mesmeskia's body parts did they eat? I don't know if you remember this, folks. I briefly mentioned this about the French and Indian War. Was it his lungs, his liver, his heart, or his feet? Was it his lungs, liver, heart, or feet? Okay. Good job. Most of you got it. It would be the heart. Yes, I ate his heart with a nice Chianti. Exactly. Okay. The heart. Okay. I'm sorry. He ate his liver, but regardless. Okay. Yes. Great job. Lee Lane, Pizza, Alan, Doug, Mithril, Kimberly Jeans, Meowzord, Lee Lane. Okay. Yes. With fava. You're right. Thank you, Kimberly. With fava beans and a nice Chianti. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Who wrote the book Imperium? Who wrote the book Imperium? AMA Gaming. I am actually a pretty big. I'm okay with Frog's Legs. They taste like chicken, honestly. But I mean, I don't really like the idea of it, though. Who wrote the book Imperium? Was it Francis Parker Yockey, Willis Carto, David Duke, or Timothy McVeigh? Who was it? Who wrote that book? Who wrote it? Right laws? Great job. Most of you got it. It was Francis Parker Yockey. All right. The weird scumbag himself. Okay. Lee Lane, Alan, Doug, Mithril, Disappear, Toya, Meowzord, Locks, Lee Lane, Alan, Doug. Okay, I already went through them. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Next one here. This hero works on Fridays and Saturdays, cares for his/her children, and loathes Donald Trump. I know that could probably be a lot of you. Which of the heroes? Is it Alice? Is it Lee Lane? Is it Casual Revolt? Or is it Fox Emblem? I probably shouldn't have included Lee Lane there, given that Melania Trump. Right, Meowzord. Which of our heroes here? I know, right, Laws? Okay. I probably should have phrased it differently there. I'm sure all of you... okay, it was Alice, okay? Alice, who I don't think is here, but works... yeah, you're right, Molly. That's a good point, Kimberly. Right, Amy, if I have a child that I didn't tell you about, right? Okay. Yeah, Melania doesn't work. That is a good point, Kimberly. Okay. All right. The answer is Alyssa, who is not here, but a great member of the community here. Lee Lane, Alan, Mithril, Disappeared, Toya. Meowzord got it right. All right. Mithril has the, oh my God, Mithril has the highest answer streak of 9. 9. Good. Dear God, Mithril. I mean, calm down. Okay. All right. Next one. White genocide theory later became known as what? Was it the Brown-Red Alliance, the Great Replacement theory, Project 2025, or high culture theory? Okay. Luck. Mithril. Oh, you all got it right. Yep. That would be Great Replacement theory, okay? Which is very mainstream now. God help us all, okay? Everyone got it. Mithril now has 10 correct answers in a row. Amazing. Okay, let's continue. According to Francis Parker Yockey, which country was most affected by cultural pathology? Which country was most affected by what he called cultural pathology, or like the rot of culture? Which one was it? Was it the Soviet Union, Germany, the UK, or the USA? According to Francis Parker Yockey. It seems like I'm trying to indoctrinate you with his ideas by asking you these questions. I am not. Okay. All right. And what is it? What is the answer? What is the answer? Good job. It was the USA. He hated the United States. No, Mithril, I'm sorry. Your streak ended, okay? It was the USA, the United States of America, okay? Did not like it. So the ones that got it right here, Meowzord now has a 7 correct answer streak here. Vexed, Doug, Kimberly, Victoria, Meowzord, and Locks. Great. Let's go on to the next one. This hero is a world traveler, talented graphic designer, and Casual Revolt's comedic relief during live streams. I've already made me laugh today, by the way. This hero is a world traveler, talented graphic designer, and Casual Revolt's comedic relief during live streams. No, Lee Lane. I'm sorry, Lee Lane. Who is it? Who here right now in chat is a world traveler, talented graphic designer? Correct. It's Meowzord. Hey. Meowzord. Gotta love Meowzord. Okay, fantastic. Okay, did you, Meowzord? Please tell me you got that one correct. Okay, Pizza, Alan, Mithril, Toya, Meowzord, Lee Lane, Vexed, Pizza. All right. Yes, but you've traveled to Asia, etc., Meowsort. So maybe I exaggerated by saying world traveler, but I have not gone to Asia. So I suppose I'm jealous, and so I consider that's kind of like a malicious way of me being like, well, Meowsort is a world traveler. At least he's been to Asia. Okay, but yes, fair. Okay. Vexed is back in the game with 3 in a row. Good job, Vexed. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. After her and her daughters were assaulted by Roman soldiers, she launched a massive Celtic rebellion against Rome. Who did that? Was it Zenobia? Was it Lady Two? Was it the Trun sisters, or was it Boudica? Right, Kimberly, I know it's Low Life, welcome. I feel bad calling you Low Life, Low Life. Low Life, yes. It's almost over, but if you go to Kahoot and then the game pin, I'll put it right here in the chat. Here we go. Paste. Boop. Okay. So almost all of you got it. Most of you got it. It was Boudica. Boudica. All right. All right. Let's continue. Lee Lane, Vexed, Pizza, Mithril, Disappear, Toya, Meowzord, and Locks. Great job. I swear we're going to get a tie here at the end of this. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a tie. Because so many people are getting a lot of them right. Okay, so next question here. Toya correctly pointed out that Casual Revolt's presentation on badass women contained what kind of bias? What kind of and you see that image I put there? That's Toya punching me in the face because I was biased. Okay. Was my presentation homophobic? Was it based on a masculine notions of heroism? Did it ignore men, or was it focused on European women? Which how dare you, Meowzord? How dare you? Correct, okay? It was based on masculine notions of heroism, okay? And that's true, okay? I will amend that presentation. Anyway, yes, okay, very good. All right, Lee Lane, Vexed, Pizza, Allen, Mithril, Hugh, I'm not going to say that out loud, Hugh, okay? Disappear, actually, it's not that bad, though. Kimberly Jean, Toya, Meowzord. I'll just say it, Hugh Jazz, okay? There you go, I said it, all right? Okay, next one. Casual Revolt's live stream ended abruptly after what poor animal got fried while climbing on electric lines? Someone mentioned it earlier. Was it a squirrel, a chipmunk, a skunk, or a possum? Toya. Meowzord, we don't. Well, we do kind of. The electric company said it was this. Yep, it was a squirrel. Poor little squirrel. It is confirmed. The electric company, when I called them the second time, said it was a squirrel. Yeah. Okay. Yep, it's confirmed, Drusilla. All right. And that happens like a lot. So that's why I kind of guessed it was a squirrel to begin with. I know it was very sad, but it happens a lot here because, especially in America, all of our electric lines are above ground. Yeah, sorry. Okay. All right. Continue. All right. Lee Lane, Vexed, Pizza. Libra. I don't know what that is. Okay. Alan, Doug, Kimberly, Toya. Great job, guys. Great job. All right. Okay. This hero lives in the UK, identifies as an anarchist, had her heroic Christ-like father, and practices paganism. Who is it? Who here in the chat right now? Who here in the chat right now? Who here in the chat right now? Is it Matt Guy, Fox Emblem, Mithril, or Pizza? It could that is a good point. It could be, ooh, okay. 5 of you got it right. It was Mithril. Mithril. I guess I maybe should have phrased it a bit differently. I'm sure, um, uh, many of you thank you, Low Life. Thank you. 'Kay, many of you, yeah, because I guess a lot of you probably identify as anarchists, live in the UK, and had a heroic Christ-like figure. Um, alright, so yes, it was Mithril. Mithril, 'kay? Um, really, Low Life, fantastic. I'm sorry, I keep calling you Low Life, I'll just call you Low from now on, okay? Uh, Meowsword, Fox Emblem loves the USA too much to leave. Right, right, okay. Slava Ukraini, by the way, Low Life, okay? Alright, okay, let's see who won. The bronze goes to Alan. Oh, Alan, out no longer number 1. Oof. Ooh. Silver. Lee Lane at number 2. And gold. Who gets the gold? Meowsword. Hey! Boop 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 boop. Ich kann sprechen Deutsch sehr gut. Ja, ich möchte ein Kahoot auf Deutsch. Maybe. I would have to, for that to work, Low Life, I would have to make sure other people can speak German, okay? All right, great job, guys. Okay, so I am going to pull out of this now. So Meowsword is the new biggest fan or whatever, okay? All right. Let me get out of this. All right. Okay. Hey, wasn't that fun, right? Okay. Next time I'll do the other setting where it's also time based, so we can see the points that people are doing. Um, yeah, I know, Meow. I know I'm an asshole, aren't I, Meowsword? I'm like, Meow is the new biggest fan or whatever it is. Okay. Just. Yeah, Meowsword is the new greatest fan. Okay. You will go, Alan. Okay. I mean, I feel like you should try to. You should say that we should go. We need to fight, and go and fight. And you should start a Jan 6 style insurrection, try to convince everyone to go get rid of, prevent the peaceful transfer of power. Okay, Long Beach Dragon. I have a shirt and tie because I'm a game show host right now. Okay, I am a game show host right now. All right. Again, folks, if we get 2 more super chats or 400 bits, I will put on the collar. And then if we get to 10 super chats, and then if we get to 5, I will put on the makeup. And if we get to 10, we'll stream for an extra hour. Alan. Okay, fair, Meowsword, fair. Meowsword declares October 14th National Meowsword Biggest Fan Day. Okay, that works. Okay, I accede to your demands. Um, Meowsword, no, Russia said it was all good. Okay. So, all right. Uh, okay, guys. All right. So, we do that every let me put on the multi-chat here. Why is it not popping up for me? Oh well, it doesn't matter. We do that bi-weekly, and I don't mean that the week is sexually attracted to men and women. I mean we do it every 2 weeks. Okay. All right. Okay. So, uh okay. By the way, Mithril, did I get those facts right about you, Mithril, when I asked the question about you? Your father was like a Christ-like figure, etc. I just wanted to make sure because apparently and by the way, folks, more of you will be included in such as we go on through the weeks, etc. Mithril, did I get that right about you? Because given that I spelled Lee Lane's name wrong, and I also yeah, very um it's your birthday, Long Beach Dragon? Happy birthday! Yay, Long Beach Dragon. How old are you now, Long Beach Dragon? I got you, Mithril. Okay. Fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. Uh, okay, guys. Happy birthday, Long Beach Dragon. All right. So it's a Friday. We're not going to go crazy with the things we talk about. Okay. I don't want to overburden everyone on a Friday, right? I mean, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am, but not for that reason. Okay. Um, okay, so what we're gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna take off this goddamn shirt because Jesus Christ, I don't need this. Don't worry, I'm not actually stripping. There's a shirt on underneath it. So I'll get into my more comfortable clothing real fast. Then what we're gonna do is I am going to there we go. Okay. I am going to ugh. Oh, thank Michelle Campbell. Thank you for following. Okay, thank you for following. Okay, so okay. I have some videos pulled up from Discord. Okay. I know. I'm sorry, Drusilla. I'm sorry. Maybe someday I will be shirtless. How about that? Okay. All right. So, let us. What we're gonna do now is we are going to. I am going to show you some very short videos of some dances. Now, I know that's weird, but I think you'll find it interesting. And then we will do some Discord reactions. Long Beach Dragon. Maybe later, Long Beach Dragon. Maybe, okay? Maybe I should start an OnlyFans or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna. I wanted to show you something that because it's a Friday, let's revel in the brilliance of humanity for a few moments, okay? Just for a few, because things are shitty right now. Okay. So I wanted to show you all. If anyone's ever heard, there are some. I think different styles of dance in the world are super interesting. So this is gonna not take very long. I'm just gonna show you, I think 3 different clips. They're very short clips of 3 different dance styles, and I don't know if any of you have heard of them before. Maybe you haven't, maybe you have. Um, but dance is so interesting. Different cultures have different dance styles, and we typically have certain ways of dancing that we're used to seeing. But there are some very, very amazing kinds of dance that are, like, really cool. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to show you this first, okay? This is a West African style of dance. I don't know if anyone has ever seen Zeuli dance before.
Did you know
Okay.
that the most
Zeuli dance is this is like only about a minute long here. Okay. Zeuli dance is Morris had better be in there at Casual Revolt. Okay. Uh okay. Uh, so this is called the Zeuli dance. Now, basically, what happens in these dances, because I'm an I love anthropology here, is a figure comes out, and legend has it that these figures are like forest spirits to an extent. Right, Laws? Okay, good. I'm glad you love dance. I love watching people dance. Okay, not like in a sexual way, but anyway. This figure comes out dressed up this way. It is a forest spirit that then comes out and dances for the community. Now, while we're watching this, okay, while we're watching this, realize that the musicians that are playing based off how this person is dancing. This person is not dancing to the music. The music is being played to the person dancing. Does that make sense? And this is a very, very, very difficult way of dancing. And I think you'll see what I mean here in a second. It takes a lot of work, a lot of strength in your legs and hips, and a lot of flexibility. Okay. I just think it's super cool. So we'll watch it. You're going to hear a guy briefly talk at the beginning. You can ignore that. Just watch the dance. And behold the badassery of humanity. Okay. So here we go. One of the goals, by the way, of these dancers, these Zeuli dancers in West Africa, is that they have to keep their upper bodies as stiff and motionless as possible to make it appear as if they're almost floating, okay, like a spirit. So let's watch.
difficult, ankle-breaking, complicated dance in the world is the Zawali dance of the Guru people of Côte d'Ivoire, West Africa?
Here we
Don't
go.
just take my word for it. Watch. Pay special attention to the feet.
Do you see how it's almost like they're floating? Like it looks like he's floating, right? Because he's moving his legs. Anyway. Right. Okay, so that's Zeuli dance. Isn't that cool?
It's never
Right,
been easier to
Meowzord?
start a podcast.
I'll tell you what, I've seen Zeuli dancers, like, when they're not dressed up, and their legs look like trunks. Yeah, okay. Oh, Mithril. Yeah, I love Polynesian dance. Maybe I'll show us a video of that too. Yeah, I love that stuff. Okay, Dally Boy, right? Isn't it crazy? I just think it's so cool. All right, so the next kind of dance I'm gonna show you is another one from Africa. Kimberly Jean, yes, everyone needs to see the movie Sinners. They reference some of these dance styles there, okay? Okay, Oz. I learned and love a lot of dancing, salsa. But by the way, Oz, I used to be in a relationship with someone from Colombia, and so I learned how to bachata. I was never good at salsa, reggaeton, and bachata. But yeah, yes, you're right though, Oz. The word ole comes from the Muslim Moors. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, actually, I didn't know that. Spanish bullfighting. I didn't know the Spanish bullfighting part. Oz. That's really cool. Okay, so here's another one. This is called the Kumpo dance, and this is another sort of legend thing. This is like a spirit of the forest. And the point here is that like once in a while during the year, the spirit of the forest comes out and puts on a performance for the people. Interesting, Mithril. That's fascinating. I need to look into that. Okay, and you'll see here that I'm not. So just know this is a forest spirit, right? I don't want to say that there's a person inside of it because that kind of goes against the cultural belief there. But part of the goal here is to dance in a way where you don't look like a person. Okay, you look like a spirit of the forest, and you're not supposed to be able to be seen. And so anyway, okay, so just understand that. Okay, so let's watch this. This is a Kumpo dance, also from West Africa. Right now, Zord?
This is the Kumpo dance of the Daola people in Senegal and the Gambia. Notice how the dancer is spinning on a stick. So amazing.
Whoa!
The Kumpo is dressed with palm leaves and wears a stick on the head.
Okay. I think you all get the idea there. They will often sometimes also, I don't see any footage of it here. They will often sometimes pour like hot coals on themselves and things like that. And it like kind of falls off them. It's really cool, right? But isn't that awesome? Like it looks almost not real, right? As Meowzord said, it's like a 3D render animation. Okay. But that is the Kumpo dance, okay? Which also takes a lot of skill. And then you also have to keep secret that you're the one doing the dance, okay? Right, Dally Boy? Okay, so that is the Kumpo dance, another very fascinating dance very reflective of the ingenuity of humanity. Okay, now last one here, folks. Last one. Okay, the last one here we're going to look at. This one is a more modern type of dance, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So, all right. So if I'm sure if any of you heard of voguing before, voguing. Mithril. Hey, Mithril, talk about your favorite book all you want. I'm going to have to look into this because I can tell it must be good. Okay. So, we have here, this is going to be this is voguing, all right? Now, this was a more modern invention. It was invented by people of color in the LGBTQ community in what were called balls. Yes, Laws, excellent. Yes, Pose. I recommend everyone watch the series Pose, which is sort of about the early history of the old balls in New York City. Okay. Exactly, Long Beach Dragon. It existed long before Madonna, and then she kind of repressively sublimated it, as we've talked about before. So this is voguing, and like I said, it was invented by LGBTQ folks. Exactly, Oz. Better walk that duck, okay? And what it is LGBTQ folks. Some of them were white, but most of them were not white. Would get together in these balls, which is what you see here. This is a modern ball, and they would compete by dressing up. They would have like a theme, like they would have something like royalty realness or whatever, and then you'd have to mimic. You'd have to dress like your royalty, and then dance your way across the stage. And they kind of developed a way of dancing called voguing, which is modeled after how models appear in like fashion magazines. Okay. And they still have these balls today. This is a live ball. I mean, it's not live right now, but and what they'll do is you'll see it's almost all ad-libbed. Okay, they dance based off what the music is that they're hearing, and way based off what the yes, Toya, Marsha P. Johnson, another great hero. Yeah, Marsha P. Johnson, a great hero, LGBTQ hero there. Kimberly, not directly, no. But it would try to copy things like the Met Gala, if that makes sense. Okay. And it takes a great deal of strength and skill and ability to move your to have like you'll see. Okay. And these folks, again, when you're going to see them, they're going to be coming up on the stage. They're being judged. Okay. You'll also hear a master of ceremonies in the background. Mithril 100%. That's where the word voguing comes from. Vogue magazine. Okay. And you're going to hear in the background a master of ceremonies. And they are making the music up as they go. They are speaking as they go. And each person that comes on stage is competing for being considered the best voguer. Oh, Kimberly, they may have a little bit because a lot of this stuff was actually stolen by the rest of society. Like RuPaul's Drag Race is an example of that. I mean, that's not really stealing because they're also LGBTQ, but it became more mainstream later. Okay, so let's watch. All right.
And you bitches better not disappoint.
So the guy on the right, this is the MC who does the announcing and makes the commentary, and you have to be quick-witted and stuff to do this.
Crash, 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 crash. It's adorable crash. Bush Queen.
You see, he said crash, 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 and then they did a crash with the sound. So the sound is being made as they go, and the dancers are supposed to try and match the sound. Okay, hello, Tiago. Okay, let's go.
Vote them $1,000 in the name of the legendary Cassandra.
Mithril, that's fair, Mithril. I will say this is not rap or hip hop. Okay, but yeah, I mean, people can like different kinds of music, Mithril.
I don't see no vote fans lined up at the back. Jack, I got a bruise on my cheek. Vote fams, let's go. Bazaar, you up next, so give it now. Vote fam, 10, 9.
Okay.
Pump the beat.
Okay, I'm ready. So here we go. The competition is about to start. Here we go. Also, while we're watching, try to think of how this might feel liberatory for these people to be themselves. And that sort of was the point of balls for the LGBTQ community. Okay, here we go.
Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? What's up? Anybody have 5, 4? Let's go. We don't got time for all this. Sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so this guy wasn't supposed to be up there, right? So the MC needs to get him off the stage. All right.
Yeah. You ready? The wrong party. Music! Leather and slumbers tonight at 4. Open up the door. Oh, come on, let me in. Open up the door. Come on, nigga, let me in. Open up the door. Oh, come on, let me in. Open up the door. Come on, bitch, let me in, yes. Oh, open up the door, yes. Yes, let me in. Oh, and top. There's 5, 4, 3. Yeah, close it in.
Oh, wait, sorry. Let me go forward a little bit. Those people are not the dancers. I think we'll get to it here in a second. Here we go. Okay, we'll start here.
Well, let's see. Persia. We go engine, yeah. We go engine, yeah. We go engine number 9. On the New York chasing. In my shape falls off the track. Pick it up. Go engine number 9. Take on the New York line. Take my shape falls off the track. Pick it up. Anybody else take the board?
Okay, next.
O-West. Hey, West, O-West. Yes, West, O-West. One more, O-West. Yes, West, O-West, Out-West. Yes, West, O-West, Out-West. Come on, bitch, let's go, Out-West. Yeah, O-West, O-West. Yeah, O-West, O-West. Yeah, O-West, O-West. Yeah, O-West. Come on, bitch. Knock it to 'em, bitch, don't play, bitch. Knock it to 'em, bitch, don't play, bitch. Knock it to 'em, bitch, let's sing. Give it to 'em, bitch, let's sing. Knock it to 'em, bitch.
Okay, next one. And see, you're allowed to have other, right? I know, like their joints. I don't understand how they do it, all the falling back and stuff. And you'll notice you're allowed to enter, right? I agree, Oz. And you're allowed to enter the stage really however you want. You notice that one guy, in an attempt to get more points, actually entered the stage from the side. This one has someone coming out before him throwing down rose petals, right? So it's all these things trying to increase the style, okay? All right. Okay, we're gonna watch one more, and then I'll stop with this. Okay, just trying to get you a feel for voguing.
Jack. Oh, you better do it. Ouch. You better do it. Yes, you better do it. Don't hurt your ankle. You better do it. Sir, yes, you better do it. Don't hurt yourself. You better do it. Oh, you better do it.
Right, Dolly Boy?
Oh my God! The princess of Philadelphia! Yes, Michaela! Michaela, bitch! Michaela! Michaela, bitch! Michaela! Michaela, bitch! Michaela! Michaela, bitch!
Okay, you guys get the idea here. Okay, so that's voguing. All right, so there's 3 kinds of dances. I don't know if any of you had. I know some of you had seen some of these before, but just looking at how cool humans can be, right? The sort of dance styles we develop, things like that. Okay, so that is voguing, right? Me too, Dally Boy. How they come out of the crowd, like. And by the way, there is. If anyone's ever heard the phrase in the LGBTQ community, throwing shade, that developed in balls because lots of time, like if you were to enter the stage on the side while someone else was performing and stuff, it'd be sort of a way to compete with the person that was already up there, and it'd be called, they're throwing shade. Okay, and so them entering that way and kind of getting on the stage while one is still performing is sort of like throwing shade. Okay. Because they're trying to defeat each other. So anyway, it's a very cool sort of cultural thing. All right, folks. Okay. Lozich, what'd you just send me here? Let me see what you sent me here. Is this? Oh, is this? What is this?
Don't be afraid to get up and feel it.
Well, let's watch this one. Why not? Okay. Right, Victoria. Okay. So, oh, well, Doug, I'm not surprised that the Senate failed to pass the funding bill. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Let's watch this real fast. Okay. I'll just watch it real fast, Laws. Why not? It's pretty short. This is just a dancer, I guess. We'll see. I'm not sure what kind of dance it is, but we'll find out.
Don't be afraid to get up and feel it. Let's go.
Oh, it's like hip hop. Okay. Happy. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Thank you for that, Laws. Okay. So, folks, what we're going to do now, all right? I know there's some news items. I'm not going to talk about them right away. But there are some things I wanted to sort of react to. I know, right, Dolly Boy? It makes me very jealous. I wish I could dance. I can't dance very well. So, okay, guys. So, let us, I'm going to go back to my face here for a second. So I'm thinking what we'll do now is I have some videos lined up from Discord Reaction to watch about various topics. Let me see here. Also, by the way, I don't know if anyone knows, I had this pulled up too, just to show you real fast. This is a live feed. 1 second here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mithril. Oh, really? Okay. I think I've heard of Morris dancing. I've never seen it though. It's English folk dancing. It seems to be dying out. That's unfortunate. You want to try to find it? Let me see if I can find some. Yeah, various topics. Doug on the left. Various topics. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do, I just wanted to show you real fast, folks.
Then with Riverside. Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.f.
Okay, so this is live. This is literally live right now as we're speaking. Okay, this is Kilauea volcano in Hawaii has been erupting. It's been erupting since December. Sometimes there's more eruption, sometimes there's less eruption. This is it right now. I just wanted to show you all Kilauea right now. Okay, so here it is. This is what's happening in Hawaii as we speak. Oh, let me put it up. Okay, so there we go. That's Hawaii right now. Don't worry, no one is like threatened by this. It's just Kilauea volcano is blowing up. It is erupting. This is a live cam that is on it. Yes, Mithril, it is on the Big Island. I've actually been there, and like you can walk across the lava fields and go see this up close. It's very hot, obviously. From a distance, you can feel the heat, and then it actually dumps into the ocean. And there's this great plume of steam that comes up where it dumps into the ocean. And it's funny too when you're walking on the lava field to go see this thing, the caldera. I don't think you can see it now because it is erupting, but there are like old street signs that are just sticking up out of the lava that from prior eruptions that destroyed roads and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it is, Tiago. It's probably just like it. Okay, so anyway, so this is Kilauea volcano right now in Hawaii. Yeah, Doug, on the left, it is. It is. They're like the volcanoes will erupt, okay, and the 8-headed beast with the 9 diamonds will come out of the ocean. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's a little short thing. Now, we have some things here. I'm gonna delete the things that we already saw. All right. So there's a little bit of good news here. All right. I know, right, Dolly Boy? Mithril, I have a friend who homesteads on Hawaii. He planted a sacred tree there in honor of my dad there. Oh, that's amazing, Mithril. What a good place to plant a tree in memory of someone. I mean, Hawaii, Jesus. That's fantastic. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do now, again, folks, if we get one more super chat or 200 bits on Twitch, I will put on the collar. And then if we get to, I'm sorry, 2 more, I'll put on the collar. If we get up to 5, I'll put on the makeup. And if we get to 10, I'll stream for an extra hour. I believe, right? I believe it, Alan. And you're the one that posted this, Alan, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this was on CNN, and I think this is good news. Now, obviously, Alan tells us that this is CNN. CNN is, is liberal, but they're right wing. They're like right wing liberals, like a lot of liberals are. But anyway, so I'm sure their framing will be off on this, but it might, for a Friday, this might, cheer people up a little bit. At least it will cheer me up a bit. Okay, so let's watch it. Oops, you guys need to hear it.
First, the candidate for mayor here in New York who won the Democratic primary, Zohran Mamdani. Other Democratic officials have not. Mamdani calls himself a Democratic socialist, which, of course, is something that Bernie Sanders in Vermont is as well. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the congresswoman here from New York.
Doug on the left. Oh, the Reacts, the Reacts channel ones, Doug. I think I actually have one of your videos in the queue here. Is that what you're referring to, Doug? Let me know. Because, yeah, I did see you you put some things on the React channel. Okay.
What about that word socialism? How does it play in the polls? One man knows the answer. CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton. Hello, sir.
Hello.
We're talking about socialism and we're talking about Democrats.
Yeah, okay. I'm not really surprised that Kathy Hochul decided to, in fact, endorse Zohran Mamdani, because the fact is, socialism is not a 4-letter word in Democratic primaries, not among Democratic voters. It's a 5-letter word in the minds of a lot of Democrats, that 5-letter word being great. Look at this. Net popularity of socialism among Democrats. You go back to 2010, it was plus 7 points. Look how high it is now, up like a rocket, up to plus 36 points. That's a jump of...
Is that a common phrase? Is that a common phrase that there is? It's up like a rock. Doug, maybe I'll take a look, Doug. Maybe I missed it. I'll take a look. Okay. Yes, Oz, I have that one pulled up too. I think I have one from Doug on the left pulled up. Harry having that stereotypical New York accent, always New York City accent, always takes me by surprise, right? Long Beach Dragon. Yes, Louise. There is a. You're right, Louise, because there is there's the rift in Africa. What is it called? The plate tectonics. Yeah, it's very possible that it'll tear apart. I've heard about that. Okay, so folks, this is good news, right? The popularity of socialism amongst Democrats is up by 36 points. This is a good news, at least for me. I'm a socialist, but okay, but let's see what else they say.
Nearly 30 points on the net popularity scale, among Democrats in just 15 years. And I was looking at the polling from New York City, and what you see is the clear plurality of New York City Democrats think the idea of having a socialist mayor is a good idea, matching what we see nationally. The bottom line is socialism isn't a dirty word among Democrats at this particular point.
Yay!
It's actually a word that, when attached, Democrats seem to like it.
That's a huge jump, and that's not that long ago, let me add.
No.
What about capitalism?
Yeah.
So, Tiago, in this case, I can guarantee you that they mean like a Bernie Sanders / Mamdani type socialism. So we're not talking USSR. We're talking democratic socialism or social democracy. That's what it means for these folks.
Okay, so if all of a sudden socialism is now a 5-letter word, great. What I would say is capitalism in the mind of Democrats is a 3-letter word, bad. What are we talking about? Net popularity of socialism among Democrats. Look at this trend. It was plus 8 points in 2010 on the positive side of the ledger. Look at where we are in 2025. Down, falling through the floor at minus 13 points. That's
right, Dolly Boy. I wonder what happened to make that number, the capitalism to go down and socialism to go up. Right? Yeah, thank you, Alan. Alan says the poll was about AOC Bernie types, right? So yeah, we're not talking like Soviet Union, okay, Stalin is here. We're talking like pretty moderate socialists, okay? Yeah, you're right, Doug. Capitalism is on run all over the place. And that is actually a large part of the problem, is how it does technically have do different and completely opposing purposes. Forgive me, Long Beach Dragon. What are you referring to? You mean the forgive me, Long Beach Dragon. I want to respond to that. I'm just not sure. Do you mean like socialism or okay. All right. So, okay, we'll continue.
a drop of over 20 points.
Oh, yes. No, you're right, Long Beach Dragon. But as you can see here, even though despite the history of McCarthyism and the Cold War, the popularity of the word is going up, right? It's like, which is a good sign because it won't be able to use to scaremonger nearly as much. Yeah.
In just 15 years. So we see the exact opposite trend that we see at socialism,
right,
which is up and away. What we see with capitalism is down, down, down through the floor.
I wonder why.
We're talking about Democrats here. What about if you look at the larger population, Harry? Is it the same type of thing?
This is where the danger is for Democrats, because if socialism plays in Democratic primaries, it does not play in the general electorate. What do we see going on here? Net popularity among all adults. Capitalism is on the positive side of the ledger at plus 12 points. Socialism way, way, way underwater at minus 18 points. So that's capitalism running away by 30 points over socialism. That is why Republicans are thanking their lucky stars if Mamdani, in fact, wins the general election, because they feel like they can play off of him. Because socialism may play in New York City among Democrats, but among the general electorate, Donald Trump and the Republicans are saying, hey, look at the socialist mayor in New York City. This is what we're dealing with. So again, something may play in Democratic primaries. It may play in the very Democratic city of New York, but among the general electorate.
Okay, so first of all, folks, let me point something out here. This is misleading. This is why I'm saying that CNN's commentary is very misleading, because if you ask people, if you ask Democrats and Republicans about specific policies that are considered socialist and don't use the word socialism, they're overwhelmingly popular. So if you were to ask people, do you want universal, do you want Medicare for all or something like that? The majority of people, Democrat and Republican, want it. If you ask them if they want paid family leave, the majority of people, Democrat and Republican, want it. If you ask, so again, I could list a bunch of different things. So the poll might be slightly slanted in that, if you ask them, do they want socialism? They probably won't say that. They probably will say no. But then if you just tell them about the policies, no, you're right, Alan. Because they're worried, and it's not true that the Republicans want Mamdani to win, because Trump. I mean, that they want Mamdani to be who the Republican runs against, because they're desperate right now. They are desperate to stop him from being the candidate because of how popular he really is. Okay, so so this is CNN. Remember, this is a corporate news channel. This is, by the way, for the Europeans in chat, a lot of folks in America view this as a left-wing channel. It is not at all. Okay, it is a corporate, slightly to the left of the Republicans channel. Anyway, So yeah, but okay. Yes, Drusilla, 100%. A lot of people have skewed picture in their mind. Exactly. And that's because of American history. I know Victoria um, Toya mentioned to me the idea, wanted me to talk about McCarthyism and things like that. There is like tons of a history in the United States that has led to people hating socialism because of the Cold War and lots of propaganda and the Red Scare and lots of other things. And it still kind of haunts us today. Um, okay. So this is good news, in my opinion. Tiago, I know, right? I know, Tiago, to you, it may seem dumb that people would think that CNN is like a left channel. But I'm telling you, Tiago, please, the other Americans in chat, verify, right? Is CNN not considered a left-wing channel by a lot of people in the United States? Not only Republicans, but there's even some Democrats who view CNN as like, oh, they're a left channel. Okay. Um, which is crazy because anyway, we have a very weird political spectrum here, right, Demosthenes? Which is hilarious. Okay. So Demosthenes verifies, okay? You're absolutely right, Kimberly Jean. And yeah, you're right. They think things like Venezuela. They think things like the Soviet Union. They think things like China. Um, Yep, you're right, King. You're right, Alan. And basically, nobody watches it anymore. It's very few young people watch these shows anymore. Look, that's fair, Dolly Boy. Yeah, you're right. I've heard that too. Keir Starmer being viewed as a lefty. I know there are even people who viewed Tony Blair as a lefty. Okay, exactly. CNN is mainstream, which means it supports capitalistic and oligarchic trends of the nation. And by the way, folks, if you want to read a really good book about American media, read Manufacturing Consent by Noam Chomsky. It is a classic book that talks about how American media is propagandistic, at least the establishment sources. So I mean, it's a really good book, Manufacturing Consent. Maybe I'll make sure to post it in the resources channel on Discord. And by the way, folks, I recommend everyone here join our Discord channel. I will post it if you haven't joined already. I think most people here probably have joined it, but we have a lovely growing community on there. It's great. I shall let you post it right now, just to make sure people who want to post it can post it. Give me a second here. I'm going to copy. Okay, so I'm going to post it in just the chat here. If you want to join our Discord, click that link. You can also put recommendations of things for me to react to. Yeah, I know, right, Dally Boy? Okay. Okay, so all right. Howdy, AG. Hello, AG. How you doing, AG? Okay, so I just posted it in Discord if you want to join that. And again, folks, if I get 2 more super chats, I'll put on. Hey, Robert's here. Hey, Robert. If I get 2 more, it's going well, AG. How about you? How are you doing? If I get 2 more super chats, I will put on the Jester Caller. And if I get 5 more, or if I get 4 more at this point, I'll put on the makeup. And if we get to 10, I will put on. I will stream for an extra hour. Drusilla, I was shocked when the other host reacted like he asked what they wanted for dinner when he said they should euthanize home. I know. Oh, I know, Drusilla. It's pretty horrifying. Yeah. Okay. And then he later came out and did a very fake kind of apology. Yeah, no problem, AG. No problem. Okay, so all right, let's so that I just wanted to show you that. I think it's almost over. It's like 2 seconds left.
Republicans are salivating at the idea that they can run against a Democratic socialist being the mayor of New York City.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not. Okay, they're very worried about it. Yeah, Kimberly, it is infuriating that Kilmeade still has exactly, Louise, right? Which is why I think it's funny that there are folks who think that in the UK who thought that he was like a lefty or viewed him as left wing or whatever. Nope. Okay. All right. So yeah, Kimberly, Drusilla, it is infuriating that Kilmeade didn't lose his job. When people like Colbert and Kimmel are canceled, but apparently on Fox News you can just suggest euthanizing the homeless, and that's fine as long as you apologize afterwards, I guess. I mean, that's how they view it, apparently. Yeah. Okay. The horror's never ending. And the framing here, of course, is wrong. Yeah, you're right. You're right, right, Alan. And Alan, I would agree with you. So it came out this morning that AOC is preparing for a 2028 run. And Senate to primary Schumer if it doesn't work out too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. I would say I would really, yeah. Anyway. Okay.
Way to break down those numbers, Harriet, and thank you.
Always interesting with you.
Size.
Okay. So there's that one there. So that's a little bit of good news here for a Friday, right? I know. Me neither, Mithril. Me neither. Me neither. We're seeing a massive crackdown on freedom of speech here. I know I said I wouldn't talk about anything too depressing today, but I'll definitely. I was gonna talk tomorrow about how like all the free speech is being crushed here now, in a really disturbing way. In cooperation with corporate elites. Yeah. Okay. I know, right? So, oh my God, look at this ad, folks. I didn't even notice what was on my stream. Size does. It's almost like they know I'm gay. Anyway, I should totally save this. You know what? I'm gonna take a screenshot. Give me a second here. I'll take a screenshot later from the. This is hilarious. Okay. By the way, folks, no, size does not matter. Okay. All right. All right. Uh. Okay. So, moving on here. So first, I'm gonna check. Doug on the left sent me something. I just want to check it real fast. Okay, give me a second here. Where is this? Okay. Doug. Give me a moment here. Right, where is this thing? I can't. Right. Hmm. I cannot. How do I get back to the here? Here it is. Oh, Doug. Okay, Doug. Yes. So, Doug, here's the issue, Doug. So I did see these. What I'm going to do, Doug, is I'm going to react to this stuff on Twitch sometime. These will get me a copyright strike if I react to it on here. But I really do want to react to this. But sometime I'll do a Twitch stream where I react to these because they're much more lenient on Twitch. Okay. But I did see your other stuff you posted in the reaction channel, and I will react to that. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, folks, I have a few other things here. All right. So this one, who did anyone tell me who posted this one? This one is new research. Even the right knows leftist values are more moral than right ones. Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. Let me double check then. Maybe I just kind of quickly looked at what they were. Maybe I missed what you were saying there. I see. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the ones the things at the top. Okay. Perfect. Okay, Doug, I will deal with that. Doug, I promise I will react to this tomorrow. How about that? I'll have to look through the copyright stuff, but don't worry, Doug, I will get to it. Okay, I promise you. Because it does look really good. Okay. So what we'll do here, folks, all right. Okay, this guy Bassam Youssef is always good to listen to. Correct. So I'm gonna watch first. I'm gonna watch this video first. Who posted this? It says new research. Even the right knows leftist values are more moral than right ones. Okay, I'm not sure who did it. And then we'll watch the Bassam Youssef one. Okay, so again, folks, if we get Ella Funk, hello Ella Funk. If we get 2 more super chats, I'll put on the Jester collar. If we get 4 more, Jester Makeup. If we get to 10, I'll stream for an extra hour. Okay, so you can also, by the way, on Twitch, if you send me bits, that will also count towards that total. And all right, so guys, let's watch this. I'm not sure who sent it, but I will watch it, and we'll do it. Okay. All right.
I learned that the right was perfectly capable of learning the actual definition of the First Amendment this whole time, while of course still applying it incorrectly. Are you frustrated that appealing to what appears to be a shared set of morals with the right is actually completely ineffective? Well, guess what? Now there's research supporting that. Yes, that's right.
Yes, Elefunk, you can link that, or Elefunk, you can either go to our Discord and link it in the reactions channel, or you can send it to me here.
A new study has just come out that shows that appealing to the right's sense of morality doesn't actually work because they know that the left has the moral high ground. They just don't care. This also, by the way, validates, at least in my opinion, the idea that consequences, humor, humiliation are often better tactics to convince the right to change their tune on something than actually just appealing to their sense of being a decent person. Now, just to be clear, and I will dive into the
now remember what I said yesterday, folks, during my red pill stream? Okay, guys, I have found that is very true, right? It is hard to appeal to people on the right using emotion and like using empathy and an innate sense of morality. Okay, a lot of times they care about self-interest and things like that, and I find that that's the best way to change their minds. And well, it depends.
Research in just a second. Obviously, no group is a monolith, and I don't believe that this means that you should stop talking about the moral obligations or morality of different stances. There's a good chance that the reason the right understands that left-leaning principles and ideologies are more moral is because they are talked about. Nor am I saying that those sorts of arguments cannot work on specific individuals. I'm just saying that appealing to the right's sense of morality generally doesn't work on a large scale. And I'll show you what I mean. So this study came out just a few weeks ago from Spain. So a couple notes on the language used in this study. When they talk about left-leaning people and ideas and right-leaning people and ideas, they use the terms leftist and rightist. They don't mean leftist in the way that is meant in American politics. Essentially, they had the participants rank themselves ideologically along a scale. So everyone on the left was one group and everyone on the right was the other. They took a list of ideas or principles that are traditionally viewed as being more left-leaning and more right-leaning, and also asked the participants to basically rank these ideas to see if they also viewed them as being more left-leaning versus right-leaning, and then went on to ask the questions about like morality and whatnot. What they were measuring was a couple of things. Firstly,
This is super interesting. Who did post this? Are you here? It's okay if you're not. I'm curious.
Quote unquote moral obligation individuals felt about certain ideas or principles, or moral imperative. In other words,
Tiago. Sure, Tiago, I'll do that. Okay, Robert, thank you. Okay.
Morally important these individuals felt these ideas were to defend. They basically had statements like humanity has a moral obligation to protect the environment, and had the subjects rank how much they agreed with those statements. So the left-leaning topics that they started with, they did remove a couple, which I'll get to, were environmental protection, gender equality, immigrants' rights, freedom of expression, social justice, and fight against poverty. The right-leaning topics were national security, maintenance of traditions, Christian religion, maintenance of social order, capitalist economic system, individual liberty. The two topics that they ended up removing were social justice and individual liberty, because they found that people were kind of like misunderstanding what they meant by that. First, they asked the subjects to rank how morally important or how strong of a moral obligation they felt to defend each of those topics. And you'll see that, probably unsurprisingly, the left-leaning participants ranked the left-leaning topics as being more morally imperative to defend. However, the right-leaning participants also ranked the left-leaning topics as being more morally imperative to defend. What this means is that while, yes, left-leaning...
So they actually, they acknowledge then that the left-wing ideas are more morally solid? That's super interesting. Okay.
People's politics reflect their moral priorities. The same is not true for people on the right. That's kind of weird, right? But that's not all they measured. Next, they looked at moral stereotypes, meta-stereotypes, and self-stereotypes. What they called moral stereotypes is how an individual from one group views how moral the members of the other group are on certain topics. So basically, what do you think of them? That the right viewed the left much more positively for left topics than the left viewed the right, unsurprisingly, which are the topics that the right views as being more morally imperative, despite what their politics may suggest. But on right-leaning topics, there was no statistically significant difference between how they saw each other. What they called moral meta-stereotypes.
So, Dally Boy, sorry, I wasn't listening into much. Did they know it was more left-leaning when they ranked it? No. It was just based off, like, they just listed the ideas essentially. Yeah. And oh, Kimberly Jean, I didn't hear that. So someone, the DOJ took a domestic terrorism study off its website. It showed mostly right wing. I'm not surprised, Kimberly Jean. In the first Trump administration, he had the FBI shut down the part of the FBI responsible for tracking and preventing right-wing terrorism. I mean, which is the worst, the most common and worst kind of terrorism in the United States. I am not surprised at all that they're trying to get rid of it.
Is how an individual of one group believes that members of the other group view how moral members of their own group are on certain topics. So basically, what do you think they think of you?
Crazy,
on this,
Kimberly.
the right assumed that they're viewed far more negatively than the left assumed they were on the left-leaning topics. And what they called moral self-stereotype is how an individual views their own group's morality on a certain topic. So, you know, what do you think of yourselves? And on this, despite the fact that the researchers were inspired to conduct this based on the perception that the left is more morally righteous or views themselves as more morally superior.
Well, of course, Alan. Yeah, it's no longer on their website. It showed that around 80% of mass violence was from right-wing extremists. Oh, shocking outcome there. Yep, it has been forever.
Superior than the right does. The two groups basically viewed themselves at almost the exact same level, with the right slightly below the left, but not in a statistically significant way. So in summary, the right views left values as being more moral than right values, views the left as being more moral in terms of those values, correctly assumes that they are seen as immoral on those values, and despite all that, still see themselves as being just as moral on all these topics as the left sees themselves, in what I genuinely believe has to be some sort of hypocritical delusion. Now, this study obviously couldn't answer the why to all these questions in detail, but the researchers did propose some possible theories based on other research, one of which was the idea that participants may have responded on the basis of aspirational or idealized moral beliefs, rather than actual behavior or internalized values. So basically, the right aspirationally wants to believe that they are a good enough person to prioritize left-leaning values while being a right-leaning person. What did I say? Hypocritical delusion. Another theory.
Hilarious. So I guess we have scientific evidence now that they're delusional. Okay. Yeah. Wonder why they would take that down, right, Dolly Boy? I wonder why. Violence from extremists. I don't believe you. That's fake news. Tiago, not just extremists, right-wing extremists. Okay. All right. Which in the United States, there's far more violence from right-wing extremists than there are left-wing extremists at all. Okay. All right.
Suppose, again, based on other research, is that the left prioritizes harm and fairness, whereas the right doesn't really have any sort of priorities in terms of morality. Not that they don't have moral beliefs. They're just kind of like everything's all the same. For example, their belief in traditional values is possibly just as important to them as their belief in not harming people. Basically, it's all the same to them. And which again, I think means that no, you can't appeal to their morality. They still think they're pretty dang moral, or at least it's not quite that simple, because they still tell themselves that they are good people despite knowing that they do not prioritize the things that good people prioritize. Fundamentally, I believe that the priority is not morality, it's selfishness. And they're not relying on self-reflection, but rather ego. The consequences that they care about aren't things that happen to other people. It's not whether or not it's right or wrong or harmful or not. It's about what happens to them. And their image isn't so much about how they believe that they're seen by others exactly, but it's about what they're able to convince themselves about themselves. Which is why being morally outraged by them doesn't exactly work to make them question themselves, but laughing at them often does. In conclusion, yes, I believe I have just given you scientific evidence to support why FAFO might actually work. But more importantly, if you're on the left, stop holding yourself to moral standards that they keep setting. Not only do they have no intention of ever reaching them themselves,
Interesting. That's super interesting. Thank you for that, Robert. I didn't know about that study. That's really interesting. Okay. Welcome, Free Indeed 7. Yeah, you're actually right, Free Indeed. There is more charitable giving amongst people that are religious. That being said, so I'm sorry. So, Free Indeed, are you saying that the right wing is more religious? I mean, that's possible. I would have to look into it because there's also a lot of religious people that are liberals, etc. But just let me know, Free Indeed. That it could be that you could be right, though, Free Indeed. It's possible that a lot of them, maybe a lot of the folks that I'm not sure, but okay. Yep, you're right, Demosthenes explains why Republican never sees a problem until it lands in their own home. Yep. Absolutely. Right, both sides are the same. Completely insane statement. Yeah, I agree, Doug. Absolutely. Alan, that is fair. Though, admittedly, Free Indeed is right. There is a correlation between religiosity and charitable giving. But yeah, that's a fair point, Free Indeed. And so that is true. It is true that there is a correlation between religious, like affiliation, and charitable giving. It's a bit more nuanced than that. I'm not an expert on the topic, but I do know that, yeah. Mainly because a lot of religions basically demand charitable giving. Now, I will say, there is also a sometimes that that those donations that are counted in that study include donations to religious organizations. Okay, so some of that charitable giving is giving to the religious organizations that they're a part of, but I don't know how much of it is, so I can't be sure. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, Alan. Literally, donations, like donating money to charitable causes. Good question, though. Um, oh no, absolutely not. Toy. I agree. Yeah, you're 100%. Right. So, Kimberly, let me, you know what? Let me look up the stat here, folks. I know Free Indeed is correct, though. Um, so there is a correlation. Let me look it up here. Um, okay, so here we go. Let's see here. We get yes. So there is a. I can show you all what I'm looking at here, so you don't think I'm just pulling your chains here. Okay, so I don't know if this is a good source, but let me see here. Okay, we'll do Hoover Institution, which is right wing, but we'll see if it's a good study. Uh, let's see here. Do secularists tend towards liberal? Okay, the answer to this, I turn to the social capital. So, oh, here's an okay, this is interesting. Okay, so socioeconomically, religious and secular groups are similar in ways and different than others. Uh, I'm trying to find here, folks. Yeah, so the average annual giving among the religious is about $2,000, where it's about $642 amongst the secular. And religious people volunteer an average of 12 times per year, while secular volunteer an average of 5.8. Now, that does not, yeah, no, you're right, Free Indeed. That does not, by the way, folks. So that it is true. Yeah, you're right, Drizella. So I'm sorry, let me go back to my face here. So this is not, I am not saying here that religious people are somehow better people because there is more charitable giving that takes place there. Okay. A lot of religions, part of the belief of that religion is charitable giving. Like, for example, Christians believe in charitable giving, Muslims believe in charitable giving as part of their religious beliefs. So you can be someone who gives charitably, but still hold extremely misogynistic views, homophobic views, etc. Okay. Um, it should also be noted, yeah, and you're right, Kimberly. A lot of them do have sort of voluntary, mandatory volunteering. And by the way, folks, for a lot of folks in the United States, religious institution is where they get their community interaction, especially in small towns. There's not much around a small town. You go to the church to meet with your community and engage in different things. Okay. So, yeah, to get to heaven, Drusilla. So but it is factually true, though, that religious people do give more to charity. I will say, though, folks, I am not actually a big fan of our charity culture in the US because the only reason we need the charity culture is because we're not providing for our own people enough, right? That's not to say it's bad to donate to charity, but if people didn't have to get charity to survive, we wouldn't need to have it. And um, uh, No, that is a fair point. Free indeed. I get your point here. I was responding to what someone else said. Um, yeah, you're right. It's very possible that those folks, because yeah, but you're right, free indeed. So if free indeed's actually making a good point here, folks. So if you are one of these people on the right wing and you're very religious and you do engage in donation and charitable work, your religious beliefs may convince you then that you're a good person, right? That yeah, you're right, Long Beach Dragon. So do we see what I'm saying here? So like I know like Muslims, for example, there is a sort of there is a demand to be charitable. There is also same with Christians. And then in a lot of faiths, that is what makes you a good person, right? Charitable giving. But again, that does not mean that you are advocating for things that will actually help those people. Okay. So like you can but I can understand what you mean, free indeed, is that they may perceive themselves as good people because due to the religious beliefs, they are interpreting it that way. Yeah, Drusilla, here's the thing, folks. When I was studying social control back uh, in grad school, I looked a lot into the history of charitable giving and philanthropy, and a lot of that was an attempt by the wealthy to basically placate the masses into not taking their wealth from them. It is also a power move because if you do massive charitable giving, you typically get things named after you. It's also a way, in a weird way, of gaining immortality because then you become a more historical figure. You suddenly have your name on all these buildings. You have a statue to you. You get like the Ford Foundation. See what I mean? The Rockefeller Center. They're all named after these people because they have been doing this charitable giving. Exactly, Carnegie. So a lot of times, the charitable giving amongst the wealthy is a power move, and it also puts a lot of people in their. It forces people to be sort of what's the term? To owe them something, right? Because by building these places, you bring people into communities and things like that, which really improves the perception of that wealthy person in that community. Okay, so it is a lot of the time it is a way of sort of placating the masses. Um, and so does that mean it's always bad? No. Correct, Dolly Boy. The Vanderbilt University. Okay, there are a lot Carnegie Mellon. There's lots of things that are named after these folks. You're absolutely right, Dolly Boy. So again, there is that. Does that mean that I say you shouldn't donate to charity? No, because we do live in a society where that's very useful because we don't provide what people need, which is really disgusting to me. But at the same time, especially when the wealthy do it, it's a big problem. Okay. By the way, thank you, Free Indeed. That was a really, thank you for being in here. That was very helpful for us to talk about that. Okay, and like I said too, folks, you can at the same time be very charitable and still be a fucked up person. Okay, anyway, but you know what I mean. Okay, anyway, so all right, think about like Bill Gates, for example. He does a lot of good work in Africa and things like that, but at the same time, anyway, okay, you see what I mean. And who here, by the way, who has heard people say when you like bash a wealthy person, they go, "Oh, but they give so much to charity and they do tons of charitable work." Okay, it's kind of a uh, A block. Dally Boy, 100%. I forgot to mention that. Dally Boy, thank you for bringing that up. There's also a tax thing with donations, okay? You can write off donations on your taxes. So it also helps you evade taxes while also be able to use your money for more influence and things like that. Okay. All right. Okay, so guys, let me see here what Alan just said. Perfect example. Long Beach Dragon. Perfect example is Bill Pulte. He is now director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency after starting Twitter philanthropy. Scam bait. Okay, and now rails against helping the needy to fit MAGA. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So let me see what else we got here to react to. That was a good conversation, though. I'm gonna get rid of this here. All right, folks. Feel free to tell me if there's things happening in the news I'm missing out on because I'm talking about these things. You can let me know. I see there's a lot of good stuff in chat right now. We're seeing a massive crackdown on free speech. And by the way, did you all hear Antifa? You know what? I'm going to talk about that real fast. Did you all hear how Donald Trump is going to try to designate, or he may have already done it, designate Antifa as a terrorist organization? Did y'all hear that? Because it's actually really funny. I mean, in a dark way, because there is no organization called Antifa, which worries me, right? Yeah, okay. It worries me. Yeah, you're exactly free indeed, and Long Beach Dragon. Yes. Here's the issue, right? Uh, yeah, 100%, Elliot. Thank you, Elliot. You said it better than I could, Elliot. Mr. Waffles, I appreciate you, okay? Elliot says Antifa isn't an organization, it's a decentralized movement. He just wants to criminalize dissent. Correct. Antifa is not an organized movement, okay? It is a disperse, it is an ideology, okay? Antifa means anti-fascist. People who engage in anti-fascist actions like protests and things like that are Antifa. So if you criminalize and if you say that they're a major terrorist organization, that allows the Trump administration to go after anyone who might even be loosely associated with the ideology of anti-fascism. Do we see that problem? It is an open door to much wider oppression and much wider crackdowns on anti-fascists. And what am I, folks? I am a major anti-fascist. My point being, like, a lot of us are anti-fascists, are we not? Okay. This could open the door to a lot of people being targeted and being called terrorists, which opens up another legal door for arresting them, stopping them from being funded. Long Beach Dragon says, exactly, Robert. Okay. Trump openly admitted he wants to silence his dissenters when he said that he is treated unfairly and that because they have a broadcast license, they have to be nice to him. Yep. 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 You're right. Me too. Yeah, Drusilla. No, see, Drusilla, you have to understand, Drusilla. They aren't saying that fascism is good. They're just saying that being anti-fascist is bad, which, of course, to them, because they are fascists. So they're implying that, they won't admit that they like fascism, but it's implied that they like fascism. Okay. And the shooting of Charlie Kirk kind of amplified this because there were anti-fascist phrases written on the weapon, I believe it was. And they're using that as an excuse. Dally Boy, the left infighting when the far right rises. Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed. Okay. We are definitely living in interesting times, Louise. Okay. Dally Boy, also Jeremy Corbyn and Sultana. I know, Drizzle. I'm sorry. I no, I was supposed to. This is supposed to be a nice Friday stream here. But I did want to talk about that. I'm gonna look into what the order actually, like, what the law actually is regarding that for my own safety to an extent, but I mean, and for all your safety. But hello, Matt Sci Guy. Let's see here. Doug on the left, but their adherents need it to be spelled out plainly to admit they're fascist. You're right. You're right, Doug on the left. Exactly. Their implication isn't the problem. Our inference is the problem, right? Wait, our inference? I'm sorry, Long Beach Dragon. I know they're. What do you mean? For some reason, I'm having trouble interpreting you today, Long Beach Dragon. It's not you, it's me. But Jeremy, yeah, Drusilla, you are. Again, Drusilla, if you have an open spare bedroom. Anyway, David Leibowitz, the Kyle Kalinske video that brought up Kem Klippenstein article was interesting about his apolitical Discord group. In other news, what's your favorite video game? Probably Elden Ring right now. I love Elden Ring. So I'm trying to read everyone's messages here. Yeah, Alan, emergency 9 p.m. Antifa meeting. All right, guys. So I have a shed or a sofa. Hey, I gladly live in a shed there, Drusilla. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So just something to think about. Alan, February 4th, 1939. Oh, David, I'm sorry, I missed that. Yeah, he wasn't. He was not a graper. Or at least I don't see the evidence of it. Oh, I see what you're saying, Long Beach Dragon. Yes, yes, yes. The implication from the right about fascism isn't the problem. It's the left's inference that it is. You're right. Okay. They don't want us to infer that. They don't want us to imply they're fascists, which, by the way, folks, well, they see. Okay. So, okay. I have noticed that so there's something so there are weak governments and there are strong governments. This is a political science term, okay? Uh Weak governments or strong governments are really able to enforce their will and don't have to worry much about dissent because they can just get what they want regardless. A weak government is one that has to worry about dissent and acts in certain ways because of that. This sort of what's interesting about this is that this shows that the government is kind of weak. How they are acting in response to the Charlie Kirk shooting actually reveals a pretty weak government. I know that sounds strange, knowing that they're fascist and they're authoritarian and things like that. But how they are reacting by, for example, pressuring the FEC to get people off the TV, like Kimmel and things like that, is the sign of a weak government. All right. Because they are deeply concerned, and what they're doing with Antifa and stuff, they are deeply concerned about the impact of those organizations. Now, which means that they are worried about their position of power. So it is an interesting, revealing thing. It makes me think, like, if you were a strong government, it wouldn't matter, right? What Jimmy Kimmel says, who cares? Or that there are anti-Antifa protesters or whatever, okay? So it's interesting. It kind of reveals that the Trump administration may not be as strong as they appear to be. They may be worried about pushback and things like that from the population. It also should note that Trump administration was going to send the military into Chicago, and then they pulled back on that, which was also interesting. It's just something to think about. They kind of revealed a weakness. I'm not sure if it might also be incompetence, but it appears that they're weak, or they're struggling with maintaining control. But anyway, that can be good and bad. By the way, because if they're struggling to maintain control, they might crack down more in order to regain control. But I don't know. It's just something to think about. Okay. Yeah, Kimberly, Trump is a man baby, which might just be the reason. It might just be he is a man baby. Absolutely, Drusilla, it did. It absolutely did. It got stamped out. Yep, the American empire is crumbling laws, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, let me read here what Alan said, I missed it there. You're right, first of all, Alan, you're right. Alan says that's why we can't let them win. When they get a win, like networks bowing to the FCC, it emboldens them, correct. And, as, I've said, before, folks, there are many more of us than there are of them. A lot of times authoritarian regimes will take tepid little steps, okay? Tepid little steps to see what they can get away with. And what they did with the FEC and Jimmy Kimmel is one of those, okay? Sending troops into DC was one of those, okay? Now would be the time for people to like really push back against it, because so they're not as emboldened. Because if they are feeling that they're not that strong, which it appears that they're not very certain of themselves, we can convince them that they should be certain that they're not strong and that they should stop taking action. Now, I'm making it sound easier than it is. Luke, they had moved sending National Guard to blue cities and red states for now. They are still trying to yeah, exactly. And Luke, I suspect that part of that is sort of the tepid, yeah, Dally boy, it's going to become major. I suppose, Luke, that's sort of they changed their decision from sending them into Chicago because they're still in that opening phase, that they're still trying out what they can get away with. And since the mayor of Chicago pushed back against them, they send it to places where the mayors don't push back. So it's interesting. It's just something to think about. We're still in a shitty situation, by the way, obviously. I'm just saying, it gives me, it makes me think that they might be willing to pressure might actually do something. I'm not certain of that, but it's just an interesting thing. Like I can, yeah. Yeah, Long Beach Dragon, Trump living up to his taco moniker, absolutely. Yeah, Kimberly, you're totally right. A lot of people have canceled ABC, Hulu, Disney since Kimmel. Yeah. Yep, that's all they care about, corporate entities. So folks, I have an idea here. Something that bothers me, but going off what Kimberly said here, is one of the experts on fascism. He wrote a book called what is it called? Let me look it up real fast. And he listed the best what to do under a fascist regime to resist like the regime. And one of the most important things he says is do not obey in advance. And there's tons of corporations who are obeying in advance. They're obeying out of fear, which is very bad because it allows the government to see what it can get away with. Let me see if I can remember lessons on tyranny. Okay. Let me just read through these for you real fast, okay? All right. So, agreed, Alan. Okay, so they can get the governors of red states to allow them to send us. Louisiana, Tennessee governor will allow. Exactly, Luke. Absolutely. So let me just. I'll put this up on the page here. I love this guy. He's already left the country. He's one of those experts on fascism that has already fled the country. Now he doesn't say he fled it for that reason, but it's pretty obvious he did. So let me put this up. I'm gonna make sure to go to this page. Hello, Diego. All right. So these are. I actually have some disagreements with him on these things. Regardless, I'm going to read them to you, and let's chat about them real fast, okay? Because now is the moment to sort of talk about this. So let me. All right. So here we got. These are 20 lessons for 20 lessons for fighting tyranny from the 20th century. Okay. So and think about when I'm saying this, like a lot of corporate entities have been failing to do these things. A lot of individuals have been failing to do these things. Okay. So the first one, and he puts it first because it's probably the most important, is do not obey in advance. What does that mean? That means most of the power of authoritarianism is freely given. So people freely give them power without being forced to do it, okay? In times like these, individuals think ahead about what a more repressive government will want and then offer themselves without being asked. A citizen who adapts in this way is teaching power what it can do. So we cannot obey in advance, and that includes institutions like corporations, who many of whom out of fear are obeying in advance. I will say there's one institution who did not obey in advance. There's actually a couple, Harvard. I'm not that big of a fan of Harvard, but they definitely pushed back and they did not obey in advance. Um, so don't obey in advance, all right? Because it just it teaches the government what it can get away with, okay? And by the way, a lot of what the Trump administration does is fear mongering to try and fear people, frighten people and stuff into behaving in certain ways. Defend institutions. That's the next one here, okay? It is institutions that help us preserve decency. They need our help as well. Do not speak of our institutions unless you're willing, you make them yours by acting on their behalf. Institutions do not protect themselves, so choose an institution you care about and take its side. This one is more complicated. I don't fully agree with that because some institutions are destructive, but regardless, yeah, you get that. All right. I'm just checking. Okay. So let's go to the next one here. All right. Beware of the one party state. Parties that remade states and suppressed rivals were not omnipotent from the start. They exploited a historic moment to make political life impossible for their opponents. Folks, we're kind of seeing that happen now. Okay. So support the multi party system and defend the rules of democratic elections. We are seeing the erosion of those things, right? Especially after Charlie Kirk's assassination, there has been a massive demonization of the left, not only the left, but like liberals, the Democratic Party. And which basically leaves the Republicans as the only viable party. Now, we haven't gotten that far yet, but we have to beware of the one party state. Okay. So we have to beware of the one party state. The next one here, take responsibility for the face of the world. And this is hard. This one's very hard because all of us are super stressed by everything we're reading in the news every day. That's partially why I wasn't trying to get into deep stuff today, because our brains occasionally need a break, and it's okay to do that. So this one is take responsibility for the face of the world. The symbols of today enable the reality of tomorrow. Notice the swastikas and other signs of hate. Do not look away and do not get used to them. Remove them yourself and set an example for others to do so. I know Oz is a massive proponent of doing these sort of things. Okay. Okay. So don't look away from these things, but don't get used to them. Okay. Okay. Be wary of paramilitaries. Now, boy, do we got a problem with this. Okay. When the men with guns who have always claimed to be against the system start wearing uniforms and marching around with torches and pictures of a leader, the end is nigh. When the pro-leader paramilitary and official police and military intermingle, the end has come. That one scares me. All right. So we have seen that, have we not? We've seen a mingling of the state with paramilitaries. Right, Dally Boy? Okay, right. Ella Funk. I'm sorry. We got some good messages here. Let me just read these real fast. Yeah, when they obey in advance, they just come back again. A good thing would be antitrust to undo some of the consolidation. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Okay. When we are okay. King Lo, a Republican congressman, doxed a U.S. citizen for tearing down a Charlie Kirk poster inside of her apartment lobby. Yep. Oh my God. Thing that can't go unnoticed is how it takes a well-off white guy being targeted politically in order for the culture in general to even care. Yep. Mahmoud Khalil, another pro-Palestinian. Yep, 100%. We look away so easily, do we not, Elefunk? We look away, for example, when we see images of Gaza. We look away when we hear these stories, partially because it's so emotionally distressing. But we can't look away, right? We cannot let it be normalized. We have, okay. Um, Yep. Yep, Kimberly. The person who wrote this book, very brilliant guy, Timothy David Snyder. I actually got to meet him once when I was in grad school because he came to do a lecture. Really nice guy, brilliant guy. He wrote a very famous book called Bloodlands, A History of Europe Between Stalin and Hitler. He is a historian. And he wrote a very small book. It's not very expensive. You can find it in most bookstores called uh, 20 Lessons on Fighting Tyranny from the 20th Century. Okay. It's made for a popular audience, so it's not bogged down in a lot of historical lingo, and it's a really good book. It's pretty short too, but he wrote this book based off being an expert on fascism and stuff. I recommend it. Okay. All right, next one. So again, be wary of paramilitaries. Uh-oh. Okay. Remember professional ethics. Okay. When political leaders set a negative example, professional commitments to just practice become important. It is hard to subvert a rule of law state without lawyers or to hold show trials without judges. Authoritarians need obedient civil servants, and concentration camp directors seek businessmen interested in cheap labor. Now, I got to tell you, yeah, yes, Dally Boy. So Timothy Snyder actually recently fled the United States. I'm not trying to scare people. There were about 4 or 5 Americans, probably the most premier American experts on fascism, who have already left the United States because they don't even want to be here. Yeah, he's now in Canada because they're experts on fascism and they see what's happening. Okay. I'm not trying to scare you, but that is what why they left. Timothy is one of them, the guy who wrote this book. Okay. So this is basically saying, folks, that if you're working a profession, like if you're a lawyer, a judge, a doctor, keep to your ethics. Don't be afraid. Don't bow to the regime. Keep your ethics. I'm afraid we've already seen a lot of folks bow to the regime in this way. A lot of, yeah, 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 Dolly boy. Okay, Dolly, yeah, man, neither am I, Alan. It actually kind of bothered me when some of those folks left because I'm like, one of the reasons that the Nazis were able to take over in Germany was because so many of the people against them left, which then just left the people there who were either didn't care or loved the Nazis. I get it though, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the fact that they left. Let's put it that way, because we need them here more than ever. But anyway, okay. Okay, the next one here. Okay, be reflective if you must be armed. If you carry a weapon in public service, God bless you and keep you. But know that evils of the past involve policemen and soldiers finding themselves one day doing irregular things. Be ready to say no. Okay. So if you're in a profession that does use a firearm, be prepared to say no if you're asked to do something that is repulsive. Okay. Uh, yeah. I think you know where that's going. Next one here. This one, folks, is the one that you can all do, and it's easy. Very easy. I was actually planning to do a separate stream on this, but I feel like with the news and stuff the way it is, it's good. I'll just talk about it now. Um, this one is an easy one. Okay. Here we go. Stand out. Someone has to. It is easy to follow along. It can feel strange to do or say something different, but without that unease, there is no freedom. Remember Rosa Parks. The moment you set an example, the spell of the status quo is broken and others will follow. So try to stand out. Say things that other people might be uncomfortable to say. That's a pretty easy thing to do. It might be scary, but it's a good thing to do because uniformity is what fascism wants. It wants people to be uniform, uniformly obedient. Doing something as simple as standing out can be very helpful. Can you imagine? Do you think the Nazis would have been successful if they had a society full of like goths mixed in with like, I don't know, furries or something, like a bunch of very diverse types of people? It would be very hard for that to work. Okay. So again, stand out. All right. This one I really, really support. I think I've said it before on stream. Be kind to our language. Avoid pronouncing the phrases everyone else does. Think up your own way of speaking, even if only to convey that thing you think everyone is saying. Make an effort to separate yourself from the internet. Read books. If anyone knows George Orwell, he was all about how fascism and authoritarianism destroys a language. It simplifies it. It makes it more comprehensible and makes people more. I mean, it makes it more in line with what the regime thinks. We've already seen a massive destruction of the English language. There are certain words that the meaning has been unrecognizably distorted because of Trump. Yep, Alan, 100%. Alan says that Trump was asked if the people who protested him when he went out to dinner to see, and his answer was long-winded, yes. They will try to silence us, but we can't get discouraged. They win when we give up and give in. Yep. Yes, Oz. I'm going to do that on stream sometime because I know you've recommended it before, and I love that. Yeah, I agree, Luke. I totally agree. Yeah, right. You're right, Dally Boy. Newspeak is crazy. When we look at the slain and stuff, and how, yeah, okay. I mean, let's think of some words, folks, that have been distorted beyond recognition under Donald Trump. Fake news. What the fuck does it mean anymore? Right? It used to mean something. It used to mean literal news that was fake and posted on the internet, but now it means anything that Trump disagrees with. There's other words. I'm sure we can think of them. Okay. Can anyone think of any other ones? I'm having a mind blank. There are definitely other ones. Okay. All right. Fair elections. There you go. Fair elections. Okay. Because thank you, Mithro. He's constantly talking about these elections are unfair. They're rigged. The word rigged. Yeah. Radical left. Okay. Thank you, Luke. Yeah. All these words are being distorted. That happens in authoritarian regimes. By the way, Putin does the exact same thing. Putin has massively distorted the Russian language. Yeah, Long Beach Dragon, he's thwarted half of the dictionary, 100%, okay? What about the word democracy, folks? That has been distorted for a long time in the United States because we have not really had a full democracy for a while, and yet we've continued using the word. We haven't had a full democracy because elections are primarily decided by campaign contributions from the wealthy and corporations. And Donald Trump's, a lot of the right wingers are constantly saying we need to defend our democracy, but even though they're authoritarians who are constantly trying to undermine democracy. So again, words are being distorted, right? Okay. Absolutely, Luke. Democracy literally means rule by the people. And it's not really a democracy if it's rule from the top down, okay? It should be rule from the bottom up. Yeah, you're right, Long Beach Dragon. The man whose IQ is about a point above pixie dust and has, I have the best words, okay? Doesn't even have a clue what the words mean. Yeah. Do you remember when he said, I'm a very stable genius? He also thought that you could drop a nuke on a hurricane and that would stop the hurricane. Yeah, not the smartest guy. Not the smartest guy at all. Okay. All right. So be kind to our language. I think I've talked about that on stream before, but you do have to be kind to our language. Okay. Believe in truth. This is really hard, folks. I know it doesn't sound hard, but with the internet the way it is these days, it is hard to know what's true and not true. I am going to be doing a live stream some point on how to look at documents and try to analyze the credibility and stuff. Regardless, believe in truth. To abandon facts is to abandon freedom. If nothing is true, then no one can criticize power because there is no basis upon which to do so. Okay. If nothing is true, then all is spectacle. The biggest wallet pays for the most blinding lights. So, folks, one of the issues, I'm going to do a stream on this. I know Meowzord knows this. I'm going to be doing a stream on something called a post-truth era. We are in a post-truth era where facts are so distorted that it's really hard to even agree on what is true and not true. The same thing was true in Nazi Germany and Italy before Mussolini and things like that. Okay. And it becomes a problem because then what becomes established as true is whatever is loud enough to convince the most people versus what is actually true. Have we not seen this? Okay. Have we not seen this? And it's also very hard to have a functioning democracy if no one can agree what the facts are. And boy, is there a disagreement on the facts. Okay. It's one thing to agree on the facts and then have different solutions for those facts, but if you can't even agree on the facts, it's a problem. Yeah, yes, Luke, great job. Great, thank you for bringing it up. Luke, the phrase I have used before is "Die Welt ist meine Vorstellung." That is a German phrase. It means the truth is whatever I think it is. That is a common mindset amongst fascists. Facts don't matter. All that matters is what I want the world to look like, and that's what I believe it is. Okay? Die Welt ist meine Vorstellung. Okay? The world is whatever my idea of it is. And that is a defining feature of fascism, that sort of rejection of rationalism, that rejection of reality. And yeah, I can tell you folks that right after World War I in Germany, there was something called the stab in the back myth, which was a myth that the right wing developed in Germany that claimed that the reason Germany lost the war was because the Jews and the Marxist and the leftist had stabbed Germany in the back. It was completely untrue. And they even did a study called the Judenzahlen, which was the Jewish survey, where they took a survey of Jewish of soldiers who had fought in World War I, and they were hoping to prove that Jews had actually done less fighting than Christian Germans. You know what they found out? Okay. Yes, Winterlinde. Yep, die Welt ist meine Vorstellung. The world is my imagination or my idea. Yeah, and I know I was kind of translating it there for the audience there, Winterlinde, but yes, okay. So anyway, so they took this survey trying to prove that the Jews had Germany in the back, and guess what the survey actually showed them? It actually showed them the exact opposite. Jewish Germans had received more medals for valor per person than Christian Germans had. But remember what I said, folks. Die Welt ist meine Vorstellung. For Nazis and for the right wing and for fascists, facts don't matter. So you know what they did with that survey? They buried it. And they pretended it didn't exist. Okay? And they kept promoting the stab in the back myth. Okay? All right. Let me see here. We got some good chats here. He's a failed actor with daddy issues. All these fascists are deeply insecure. You should ask David about that, who's in chat here. It is true. Okay. There is actually who was it? David, if you're here, David, maybe you can remind me. There was someone who wrote a book about how a lot of fascists are sexually repressed, and have deep insecurities about their genitals and things like that. Anyway, it was a pretty good book. Yeah, you're right, Long Beach Dragon. Oh, by the way, we had alternative facts. Truth isn't always truth. Facts aren't facts. Exactly. That is Die Welt ist meine Vorstellung, right? It doesn't matter what the facts are to fascists. They make their own facts to fit what they want their imagination of what the world is. Okay. Okay. Yep, you're right. Trump does use that fire hose tactic in debates where he just kind of sprays the audience with falsehoods. And by the way, Putin does the same thing. I don't remember the word in Russian. There's a word for this. It means to fog up the political discussion, to make it incomprehensible where you can't determine what facts are and things like that. And so you just kind of back up. Maybe it's Maskirovka, I'm not sure. You just kind of lose faith in it because it's been so fogged up by all the misinformation that you don't know what's true anymore. And it makes you withdraw from political discussions. Okay. Let's go to this next one here. How are we doing, folks? How are we doing? If we get, okay, so folks, if we get one, oh, I see. Oh, I've been going longer than I thought. Okay, I'll go for 30 more minutes here, folks. Again, folks, I would appreciate it if, oh, yeah, you can send me a super chat if you'd like, or you can send me something on Twitch as well. That'd be nice too. I will, so I'm going to finish this list and then I'm going to get off for a bit. Okay. Give me a second here. All right, so next one here, believe in truth. Investigate. Here's the next one. And this kind of goes along with believe in truth. All right. Figure things out for yourself. What am I always saying in stream folk at the end of the stream? Okay. Think for yourselves. Figure things out for yourself. Spend more time with long articles. Subsidize investigative journalism by subscribing to print media. Realize that some of what is on the internet is there to harm you. Okay. Learn about sites that investigate propaganda campaigns, some of which come from abroad. Take responsibility for what you communicate to others. Yes, Winterland, you're right. You're right. Okay. Forstelin has another meaning to a performance. So the world is what he makes us believe. Oh, I love that, Winterland. I probably used to know that, but I forgot about that. Okay. Both fit, right? Okay. Okay. So investigate, folks. Don't just take what people say on its face value. Okay. All right. So this one, folks, is another easy one you can do. Okay. And I know a lot of us might not be fans of like interacting with people. I understand that. I'm kind of an introvert. But make eye contact and small talk. This is not just polite. It is part of being a citizen and a responsible member of society. It is also a way to stay in touch with your surroundings, break down social barriers, and understand whom you should and should not trust. If we enter a culture of denunciation, you will want to know the psychological landscape of your daily life. So talk to people you don't know. Form relationships. Understand how other people are feeling. Okay. Next one here. Practice corporeal politics. Power wants your body softening in your chair and your emotions dissipating on the screen. Get outside. Put your body in unfamiliar places with unfamiliar people. Make new friends and march with them. Number 14 here, establish a private life. Nastier rulers will use what they know about you to push you around. Scrub your computer of malware. Remember that email is skywriting. Continue using alternative forms of the internet or simply using it less. Have personal exchanges in person. For the same reason, resolve any legal troubles you have. Okay. This makes sense. You don't want to be able to be blackmailed, okay, things like that. Next one here, contribute to good causes. Be active in organizations, political or not, that express your own view of life. Pick a charity or two and set up autopay. Okay. I just talked about how I'm not a fan of charity, but in this case, like, you're the DSA, something like that. Okay. Oh, thank you. Someone just did something. I'm sorry, I couldn't see it, but someone just did something over on Twitch. Whatever it was, thank you. Okay. Oh, I got a follower. Okay. Thank you. A sincere card. Okay. So here's another one, folks. Learn from folks. Okay. Real fast, folks. You've noticed on my streams all the stuff I do. We have people in here from all over the world, right? I'm always telling you to think for yourselves. This one right here, learn from peers in other countries. Keep up your friendships abroad or make new friends abroad. The present difficulties in the United States are an element of a larger trend, and no country is going to find a solution by itself. Make sure you and your family have passports. Okay. Long Beach Dragon, yes. Hitler, well, so we're not sure if he was on meth. He was definitely on a lot of drugs. He may have been on Pervitin, which is basically meth. I think I showed a video to the stream one time of him rocking back and forth at the Olympics because he was on something. There's a famous book called Blitzed, A History of Drugs in Nazi Germany, and a lot of the Nazis were taking meth. And it was given to some of their soldiers. So yeah, there was a oh, Luke, you're writing about it. You actually just wrote about it. Yes. Yeah, he was on a lot of things, okay? Oh yeah, wow, Luke, you are an expert. You know all about Pervitin and which by the way, I love the name Pervitin. Okay, anyway, a lot of the Nazis were on pretty severe drugs. As a matter of fact, the SS was on Pervitin, which is meth. And at the beginning of the war, when they invaded the Netherlands and France and stuff, they had an issue because a lot of these guys were so hopped up on meth that they would just run into machine gun fire and stuff. And so they took a lot of casualties because of the drug use. So they had to kind of wheel back the meth that they were giving out their troops. Anyway, okay. So establish a okay, we did that one. So learn from peer. We only got 4 more here. Listen for dangerous words. Be alert. Okay, now, folks, what did I just tell you about? What did I just tell you about Antifa? How they're saying it's a terrorist organization. Listen to this one. Okay, be alert to the use of words extremism and terrorism. Be alive to the fatal notions of emergency and exceptions. And remember, Trump actually issued a national emergency. Okay. Be angry about the treacherous use of a patriotic vocabulary. So we need to be extra alert when the word terrorism is used to describe Antifa, or when where the government claims that there's a national emergency. Those are always used as excuses to crack down or take more autocratic power. Okay. Be a patriot. This one. Set a good example of what America means for the generations to come. And 20, be as courageous as you can. If none of us is prepared, this one's kind of, I don't want to depress anyone, okay? I'm not saying we need to sacrifice our lives, but he makes a point. If none of us is prepared to die for freedom, then all of us will die under tyranny. And I will say, folks, it is something that I think we need, especially more politicians, to do. They need to be able to risk. They need to be able to risk their freedom in protest and things like that. They need to say things, even if it gets them put in prison. I want to point out that Martin Luther King, when he did his civil rights marches, they were putting their lives on the line, right? And some of them did die because of it. I'm not saying that we all should do that. Okay. But there is, we need people who are willing to make sacrifices, even non-violently. Okay. Okay. So there you go, folks. That is the list. Highly recommend that book. I'll put it in the Discord resources section for anyone who's interested. And I'll probably do another stream on it at some point because I was going to do a full separate stream on this and talk a lot more about it. Okay. So it is currently 4:32. Yeah, Dally Boy, the Ben Franklin quote, those that are willing to give up a little freedom and gain a little security will deserve neither and lose both. That was the Benjamin Franklin quote. Right, right, Alan. Okay, yes, I need to see someone like AOC get arrested at a protest. Brad Lander was just arrested for forcing his way in to inspect an ICE facility. Correct. Okay, so if no one is willing to endanger themselves, nothing will really change. Okay. You're right, and they're already heading that way, Long Beach Dragon. You're right. Let's also recognize the dangerous line Trump is towing, that he wants to name the entire Democratic Party, not just Antifa, a terrorist organization in order to be the only voice, right? Remember what this guy here says, beware the one-party state. And Trump has done nothing but try and demonize the Democratic Party, even though they are weak and pathetic and need to fight harder. But yes, okay. I have a lot of critiques, but we can't afford to let them be destroyed by the Republicans, because then we'll be a one-party state. Oh, I didn't know that, Alan. Shocking. Not shocking, but terribly, yeah. The FBI just made a special terror designation for trans people too, by the way. Again, beware the word terrorism. Okay, beware the word terrorism. Dally Boy, also hate the whole myth of if they showed society now to the soldiers at D-Day, they would turn the boat back. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I don't hate that, Dally Boy. With what Stephen Miller said, they are trying to go that way. They are. Did I skip number 18? Oh, you're right. Oh my God, Drusilla, that's an important one too. Okay, guys, I skipped number 18. I'll just read it to you. I won't put it up here. It says, okay, Drusilla, I'm so upset I missed this one. Okay. All right. Let me say this one to you. Yes. Who is that? For some reason, it just says insert name. Maybe that is your name. Do you think you'd cover the history of the Japanese concentration camps? 100%. I have a live stream plan for that. Insert name. Okay. I don't know why it says insert name. Maybe that is your name, but yes. I literally have already a PowerPoint for that. I was going to do it next week. Okay. So yes. Okay. Let me read number 18 here. Now, folks, this is going to be hard to hear because I know how we're all feeling, right? I have said this before, though, in live stream. When things are happening that make you feel emotional, right? That is the time where you need to force yourself to stop and think. Because think of like 9/11. After 9/11, the country was very emotional. And what did that result in? It resulted in lots of us. It's intentionally. Okay, I got you, insert name. Welcome to chat. Yes, I will be definitely doing a stream on that. Okay. Thank you for who just followed me. Okay. So what we're going to be doing. Okay. So I have said this before, right? You need to be able to maintain rationality in emotional times because the regime, the authoritarians, the Trump administration wants you to be emotional and feel scared. So let me read this one to you. This is a very important one. Be calm when the unthinkable arrives. Modern tyranny is terror management. When the terrorist attack comes, remember that authoritarians exploit such events in order to consolidate power. Do not fall for it. Do not fall for the fear, folks. Remember what I said a few minutes ago here? This regime appears to be pretty weak. They use fear to maintain an image of strength. So don't fall for it, okay? Maintain calm. Think rationally. Yeah. Yeah, and oh, sorry, I know I was just saying this, Dally Boy. After 9/11, there was a lot of emotion in the United States that the government exploited in order to excuse a war on a country that was not even involved in 9/11, that was Iraq. We got very emotional, very, very worked up, scared, angry, and people kind of threw the rationality out the window. Don't do that, okay? Try your best to maintain calm. King Alo, Alan, if the administration was strong, they wouldn't be trying to put the fear. Exactly, Alan. Terror is a weapon of the weak. You see what I mean? If a government was strong, it wouldn't need to try and terrorize people into obeying it. Right? So again, you see what I mean? Yes, Luke, the Patriot Act. Luke, a lot of my friends went to war in Afghanistan, Iraq, and they came back broken because of what they had to do. Yep, George W. Bush seems like a puppy dog. I know, isn't that terrifying, Luke? So, okay. Yep, Drusilla, they got canceled because they said that they criticized George Bush. J-Mac is here. Hello, J-Mac. Okay, so again, folks, be careful. Think rationally. Be calm when the unthinkable arrives. And remember, folks, for those of you who have loved ones who might be trans, honestly, I guess everyone's under threat at this point, but especially if you have like loved ones who are trans or loved ones who are immigrants or loved ones who are women or minority groups, okay, you may, or if you are in one of those groups, you may feel especially prone to not being calm, and understandably, right? But you have to be strong for the people around you, and you need to think rationally in order to protect them, okay? So just something to think about, all right? Okay. Don't give in to the fear. All right. So, folks, okay, so I've gone through that list. I will do it. I'll do it again, but I'll go more in. Yeah. Uh, yeah, exactly, Alan. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So, folks, this is what we're going to do now. So it is, I've now gone over my normal amount of time that I'm here. I'm going to get off for now. I might come back on later this evening. I might not. I'll see how I'm feeling about it. But let me do my last little bit here. For those that have been here before, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Okay. But I'm going to do it anyway. All right. Thank you, Oz, for contributing. Um, thank you for everyone over on Twitch who followed, etc. By the way, if you're on Twitch or you're in here, if you have Amazon Prime, you could subscribe to my channel for free, and it just sends me some of Jeff Bezos's money. Yes, JMac, I'm sorry, you missed trivia. I'm sorry, JMac. Okay. JMac, by the way, a new moderator on our Discord server. Three shouts for JMac there. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, that is fair, Long Beach Dragon. Enjoy your weekend. Okay. All right, guys. So, I'm gonna get off now. Okay. I've been on for almost 3 hours now, right? Well, okay, so I'll go on. So so folks, but I would, if you guys don't mind, if you can, if you do have an Amazon Prime, I would highly appreciate you subscribing to me for free on Twitch. It would just is helping me sort of reach uh, the limit I need on Twitch so that I can monetize fully there. But anyway, all right, guys, you know what's coming. Here's the end. Here's the end. Bye-bye, Louise. Here's the end. Okay. We all know what's coming. First of all, first and foremost, free Palestine. Free fucking Palestine. Jesus Christ. Okay. Free Palestine. Second, never stop resisting. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves, and that includes when you watch me. I'm not perfect. I'm a human. I make mistakes. You should never fully trust anything you see on the internet. That includes when you watch me. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. Thirdly, we are currently living in a fascist moment in this country, not only this country, but in countries around the world. Fascism comes about when people have lost faith in their democratic institutions, okay? We need major reforms in this country and in other countries around the world. You cannot stand in the center, okay? Uh, uh, you cannot stand in the center. If you stand in the center, the fascists will walk all over you. We need major reforms. Okay. On the wall behind me is a sword. You can see it right back there. The name of that sword is Chainbreaker. It has been passed down in my family for many years. It is rumored to have been responsible for the death of at least 7 slave owners. Why do I have it back there? I have it back there to remind everyone that our ancestors have made major sacrifices, including putting their lives on the line for some of the things we have today, some of the liberties we have, some of the economic freedoms, some of the civil rights we have. We cannot let their sacrifice go to waste, folks. Please, please, please do not let their sacrifice go to waste. And always, always, always fight for a better future, folks. And on that note, thank you, Demosthenes, for the super chat. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the super chat there, Demosthenes. And on that note, folks, you all have a good rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you may be in the world. I may come back on later. I may not. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.